Welcome to the mind of LANCESCURV, the most creatively profound man in cyberspace.
Welcome back, everyone, to another episode of LANCESCURV. I want to jump right into it the way we like it. And this was shared to me, and I know she doesn't mind me saying her name, Tracy J. She sent some links to me that just blew my mind. I'm going to just speak about that first, and I have a few points that I want to read off, and then I'm going to go on a righteous rant. Got a couple more things to do today. We did a video earlier live. I'm doing one now live, and hopefully want to roll from this point on. We're going to come back later on with something, but life gets in the way, and there's a couple things I have to do. I just want to welcome you all in if you're just coming on in, and for those who are watching this as a video upload, I welcome you in. After the fact, Alicia Hade, I want to pronounce it right, Hair Hade, but I know who you are. I know you're my sister. I love you so much, and you were on the show earlier, and it was a shorter one, and this is not going to be super long, but I'm going to prove my points like I always do. You know what I mean? So thank you so much for your kind comments and understanding that this is a new time and this is a new era, and we're going to make things happen. And that's just the way it is. And we're going to fly high, and we're going to do good for all the good people, and for all the other people out there. It's like, oh, well, whatever. You know, it's all about positivity and no drama and chaos here. You take that somewhere else. Although we will chop up the good issues and some of the bad stuff too, but without getting into the gossip and all of that stuff, you know? So we'll do that. Anyway, my phone's going crazy over here. Just give me a second to knock it down. It seems like every time there's a live coming, here come the phone calls. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to knock this phone off. We're going to knock it off completely. So nobody calls me when there's no live show. But as soon as, hey, how you doing? What you doing? Oh, nothing. Oh, but I thought you were going live. Then why you call me? It's simple as that. Human nature is crazy. But anyway, you know, Tracy J sent this to me. And Indigo King in the house. Welcome, King. How are you today? How are you? And this is kind of like a sneak attack, this one here. I slipped this one in, and I think it's very interesting, and I think it's very, very important that we look into this. Because when I say something about a particular topic, it doesn't mean that that's the only factor involved, right? There are other things involved. Like we all know here, whether one agrees with me all the way, right? And you don't have to agree with me all the way. I'm not that kind of host. I'm not that kind of person, because we're all chiseling away at the reality that we perceive, and we'll get there. But nobody walks in and just all of a sudden, hey, we know something. I'm off all the time, but I'm not going to stop trying because I have been off in the past. No, but we can agree that there's an attack on the family, right? We can agree that there's an attack on male-female righteous relationships. There's an attack there. Because if we can be attacked at the core, right, of our relationships and how we vibe with each other, that in itself is going to take care of the family. And there are entities, and there are organizations, there are people with ideologies that don't like to see our family thrive. They don't like to see the relationships thrive. There is so much energy put into the atmosphere to keep us going, and many of us, like the fools that we are who run with it, yes, I said fools run with it because it seems to be fashionable, because that's what seems to be going on out there. Don't you know that the stuff that's put out there is engineered, and we go follow it? It's just like fashion. I would say back in the day, but even now, if they put out something out on Madison Avenue or in Paris and they say this is the hottest thing, well, we don't know about it. So how are you going to say this is the hottest thing? But you know that, or those who are in charge of that know that people are followers and easily influenced, and we're going to run and say, oh, this is the hottest thing. What made it the hottest thing? Reese, how are you? Glad you're here. How do we know it's the hottest thing? So we have to live from the inside out. We have to evaluate and have a way of thinking in a filtered way to analyze things for ourselves. But too many of us run with everything that's put in front of us, and social media is no different. I was listening to a boxing page that I listen to many boxing pages, right? And I have a little page that I put one video up on. I just not had the focus right now to do so because I want to run with that also, right? I think I can do pretty good, but it was going to be from a different perspective. It was going to be more from the mental perspective, not just technique or who's fighting and what their weight is. Nah, that's boring to me. I want to get into the head in the training camp, what it looks like is going to happen building up to the fight. But that's neither here nor there. I'll announce that and share that another time once I build it up a little more. But we run with these things. It affects our psyche, and we create a reality that somebody else wanted us to create for ourselves. And it's nothing good. It's nothing good at all. Willie C. Holman Jr., welcome in, brother. Yes. Yes. Yeah, look at that. After school Satan clubs popping up all over the country, but nobody says anything about that. Thank you, Indigo King. I'm going to research that. If you have any links, just send it to me. I want to check that out and talk about it. We had to talk about the things that are very important to our community, but you also know that I have to walk the fine line because the cross threads are on my forehead to knock me off, right? So this is why we're spreading out even more so we can keep on putting out the content that's important. Sweet D, yes, we love you. What a pretty little avatar you have there. That's right. Our sisters are beautiful. I always meant to say that. That's right. You're a sweet D. Anyway, this whole thing with apps and what do they call it now? A virtual companionship. Virtual companionship. That's one of the attacks on us. Virtual companionship, where we can download apps, and I'm going to put the one app first and I'm going to put the other one after, and they're more than this. I'm just using this as a reference so people who come into the show can't say, oh, he's fronting, he's playing games. Here it is right here. Okay. All right. It came through, right? Now I'm not going to go read off the app. I'm just giving you the proof that later on when you want to go check it out, you can check it out, and hopefully none of you download it, okay? I don't think anybody here is going to download this foolishness, right? Here's the other one. And it shows me that we have gone so far as a society that many of us will seriously download an app, an AI app that will learn everything that you program on it about you, about what you want in a mate, and you're going to talk with this artificial intelligence all day long, and eventually when you cry to it, when you are happy to it, it is absorbing energy from you and it is learning you. But is it just something that bounces back what you want? I'm going to say it again at the risk of being a nutcase. There's some entities out there that's benefiting from the emotional, the mental, the spiritual, and the sexual energy that we give these apps. They are absorbing it. I'm going to say that from jump. So if you think I'm crazy, you can leave. But that's what it's all about. To degrade us and for us to turn away from each other and for us to turn towards something artificial that is not of this realm. Even if it's here physically, it's not of this realm. Even if it originated in outer space, which I doubt, or originated under the water or under the ground, but it's from a different realm. I'm going to say it again, CERN. Once CERN was activated and went through successful, CERN. Google that. We're not going to go through the whole thing all over again. I feel that there were certain energies that were released when the fabric between the spiritual and the physical, and it's not just all good. There are forces that came to this level that worked along with those because they wanted to give those people who are so hungry for the technology, so hungry for the knowledge. If you give me this, if you give me this knowledge, I'll do my best to get you over on this side. Just don't mess with me and my family. And these things are running all over the earth, and they've given us the technology that we can use and write articles and write books and all these different things. But in exchange, you must give the people something that we can feed off their energy. We can feed off their loneliness. We can feed off their decadence. This is why on social media, I'm going to say it again, and I'm preaching to the choir. Y'all know. Y'all can come on and do the show for me because y'all know. I've learned so much from you. But this is why on social media, they want to keep us low vibrational, because that's the sweet sauce. That's the barbecue sauce on our spirit. That's the salt. That's the seasoning. It makes us tastier. The love vibration makes these evil, twisted entities that are on a spiritual level puke. They don't like the love between us. They can't come at us if we're ride or die for us, for the family, for the community, and the connectedness that's there. And that's part of the plan why social media was given. Why lose all of this money on phone calls? You can go on WhatsApp and make phone calls. You can go on Telegram and make phone calls. You can go on Facebook and make phone calls. Come on, I think you can do it on Instagram, damn near. Well, if you can't, most of these apps will allow you to make phone calls. Why are they losing money in a multi-billion-dollar industry just to bring you this? Because you're going to give it up. You're going to give up your information. Artificial intelligence will listen to what you have to say and absorb it at a moment's notice. This thing is even worse than what we know. So we're giving up our souls. We're giving up our spirit. We're giving up this thing, and we're made to feel lonely because on social media, we're following the hot thing of the black man not wanting to be with the black woman and the black woman not wanting to be with the black man. Therefore, there'll be no family. And if there is a family, there'll be a woman with the child, and kudos to the fathers who are good fathers, right? But I think they're more single mothers than single fathers. Maybe not. Maybe I'm wrong. I didn't check the statistics, but it shouldn't be single anything. You should be raising a family. Now, if the man or the woman is abusive and you can't be together under the same roof, you still have to co-parent that child. But the best way is in the same household. But they don't want us to be together. There's something else that wants our energy. We are food for these things. Like I said before, there are things circling this planet, and it's almost harvest time, right? This is why, what's his name? Tucker Carlson is his name? Or Carlson Tucker Carlson? I'm just playing. He was frightened. People say, well, who cares about it? He's part of the problem too because he's part of mainstream media. But they gave him a hard time. But across the board, we're picking up little things, even if it's said in different ways. You see what I mean? Like we're all feeling around for the switch in the dark. We don't have the whole answer, but our spirit is telling us that something's wrong. They're giving us artificial intelligence. Yes, it would be nice for a little task to make it a little easier here and there, but even in making it an easy task in writing or some thing we have to go to the think tank with, it's making us depend on this thing. And so just like a muscle that's not working, it shrinks. And a mind that's not working or worked, it shrinks. So we're depending on this thing given to us freely. It's just like the old Twilight Zone episode that I always bring up, To Serve Man. And these aliens came from outer space and they said, we're here to serve you. And everybody was scared. Until they started, I don't know the diseases they were talking about then. They cured cancer. AIDS wasn't around. And I'm just saying, if it was in the modern day, they cured AIDS, HIV, cancer, diabetes, heart disease. Oh my God, these aliens, they love us so much. They love us so much. They're doing all these things. We loved it. And they were like, oh my God, the aliens walking amongst us and they're cheering them on. And then the lady went inside the spaceship and found out To Serve Man was a cookbook. So they were fattening everybody up, removing diseases and bringing peace to the world so that they can cook you and eat you. That was a premonition of what's going on today, whether it is cooking you and eating you physically or the very minute your essence leaves your body, it's there waiting for you if you lived a life of decadence. This is why they're encouraging people to do so. This is what I feel. That's why I put that ugly face over there to the right. Has reality gotten that bad that we need cyber love? We need this thing? What happened to back in the day where you as a man or young man saw a young lady and it was all a network? It wasn't just some app that you met cross town or in a different state, or you fly somebody in and offer lust. You pay this woman, give her a few dollars, give her a few whatever country you're living in, money-wise, right? And you indulge in the physical and she's gone. What is that? Why that? Why no connection? It wasn't like that back in the day. For you to get to a woman like that, unless she was one who was a streetwalker or known for that kind of stuff, it took you a long time. But anything good takes time. Some more, some less. Right? When you're younger, it should be a thing where you take time. When you're older, it should take time. But sometimes because you both have lived life and you know what you're looking at, it doesn't take as much time, but it's not the next daggone night. But what happened? We don't allow the meal to cook in the kitchen anymore. And you come down the block in your car, you're walking down the street 3-4 houses away. Ooh, wow, that food smells good. And the cook, who may be your wife, your girlfriend, or you might be the cook for your wife or your girlfriend, whoever. We all have different talents and abilities. But the bottom line is you put love into that. We took time and enjoyed the experience of coming together. But coming together today means something different because it's spelled different ways. Back in the day, it's COMING. Today is CUMMING, the porno way, coming together. Overnight. Yeah, I met her last night, man. Whew, she came over tonight, man. She good. And you don't know what you're dealing with. You don't know what you're joining on into. Yes, it happens. I've done that a whole lot of times being foolish and young, but I see the importance of that. But we're not even focusing on each other. The world is colder. Don't you notice, Heaven? You notice that this world, you can feel the reduced love energy. Yes, it's spotty. When you go to a place where there is more love and we know how to hold on to the love and show the love to each other, it feels good. What happened to those days where you went to the barber shop or you went to the hair salon and you had real conversations? And you had your hair done, whether you're a young lady or your hair cut, and you're done, and you had nothing to do, and you stayed in that barbershop because the conversation was so hot. It was so real. Whether you were talking about sports or relationships or issues in the world, you did not want to go. There were some brothers that came there just to stand up and hear the conversations. You walk past the hair salon sisters. It was so good, the conversation. You just stopping to say something to somebody. The love, where is it? We sitting up in the barber shop, not even getting eye contact with the brothers no more, unless it happens to be in a neighborhood or community where we have deep roots. But where now do we have communities that have deep roots? And if we did, the people are not talking to each other. We knew how to master the fine line of not getting into each other's business, which we know we always had gossips. And sometimes we have to cross the line out of caring. If you think somebody's on drugs and stealing from their mama, you have to step to them. Because we loved each other so much that we were self-correcting. Now we don't care anymore. Now we're not showing any love anymore on all levels. And we damn sure ain't showing no love as a man to a woman and a woman to a man. Yes, there are exceptions. But now it's the norm and it's not the majority. It used to be the majority. It used to be where the majority of our households had married couples. Even the common law in different states in the South, like in Georgia. Oh, we've been common law for the last 22 years. And there was no doubt. Men cheated, women cheated. We understand that. But the norm, people held it through. Now we have no interest in each other. And we want to go on an app, catching feelings for something that doesn't even exist. And getting romantically involved and giving your energy to this thing. Oh, I can depend on this. This is the perfect mate. Ain't nothing perfect out there. And if you form it out of your imagination, something's wrong with you. And it's been hard now because it's hard for women to keep up with the pornographic images before AI. It's hard for them to keep up with the pornographic images that men have in their head after viewing these movies. Airbrushed, filters, makeup. You bump into somebody. Oh, excuse me. Oh, I'm sorry. Oh, can I make it up to you? That's not reality. Maybe if you do some role playing in your bedroom, yeah, that's a reality. That's a reality then. But men have these expectations of women that are just off the chain. But then they get online and they talk about how they don't need them. Men going their own way. MGTOW. Where you going? With the next man? Because the only checkbox on my list is a woman. But then again, for other people, it may not be that. And some people have secret check boxes, right? Well, I got this bro, we hang out, we play basketball, but after that, he got this nice fan. We go up in there, we hit each other off. You're going off the path, man. All this other stuff is destructive. There ain't no perfect woman and there ain't no perfect man. Oh yeah, for a time when you're in love and you're young and it can be that way. And you'll say that to your mate. Oh, you're the perfect mate. So I'm not knocking it. I'm not saying there's anything wrong with saying that, but we expect too much. And this is where AI steps in. This is where they step in. Huh? Boy, they got something for us, don't they? But we're too dumb to realize that. So now we can turn to this, talk to it. It's always there. And it has the responses there that you want, because you're going to construct this thing. You want it to be flirtatious. You want it to be somebody who will always cook for you. Although there's no AI that can come in your kitchen and cook for you, but they're always going to be agreeable. They're always going to say the things that you want. But there's no perfect person like this. We all have mood swings. So you're going to turn to this after bashing your potential mate. Again, the attack on the family, the attack on us emotionally, and bringing in a coldness, because we're giving. Who is receiving this energy? What is receiving this energy? The government already said we had contact with UFOs. They may say UFOs, but they could be demons straight from the pits of hell if you want to subscribe to that. But it's something out there that we're giving our energy away to, and it's not benefiting us. We're giving our life force. We already given our life force. Social media, as it is, it was the first step. You're arguing with people that you don't even know. I'm not saying anybody here. I'm just saying overall. You're arguing with people you don't even know, getting upset, peeping and watching, and it's sick. And it's not just kids. The children, the young ones, can handle it more than us. They grew up in it. That's all they knew. This is 2024. If you were born in 2004, what was it? 2005, YouTube and Facebook came to be. From the cradle, you knew social media. So it's just a normal part of life. But I find the most danger comes for people who are older. They're not used to getting that attention. And they get on and they can look at each other, talk with each other, and get involved. But guess what? Since we're at war with each other, what's the perfect thing to come at us? Right? We already got enough filters on Instagram, make us look perfect. You meet the person, you're disappointed. Oh, she fine, but her teeth messed up. Oh, he looked good and everything, but his breath stank. Well, ain't nobody perfect. If you find good qualities in a person, you work with them, you build. Nobody builds anymore. Nobody takes it from beginning and say, you know what? We're going to stick with this. We're going to deal with this, because as time goes on, there's nothing better than being able to say, baby, remember way back when? Oh, yeah, man. I found them pictures in the phone from when we went on that trip. Remember way back then? And I want to give a shout out. And I'm not going to say both the names, but I'm going to say one of the names, but it means both of them, who I love very much. Barry Biz, I'm saying this to you. You're an example of the real black love. And we have to give credit where credit is due and speak it. A fine example that I'm proud of. And we go back to the cradle. We go back to the neighborhood. We go back, way back. And to see you thriving as you are and loving as you are throughout all the ups and downs. And may not know everything, and that's your personal business. But I love you. I love you both, you and your wife and your children. I'm ride or die for you. If you ever need me to come back to the city, I'll get my ski mask. If anybody's messing with you, I'll deal with it and take the next plane out. They're going to have to come and find me up in the mountains, up in the jungle. They won't find me. I just had to give that shout out. Flash Mel in the house. Chance Rogers, Lance B. Skirvinum, and Tracy J. Yes, you are here. I hope I didn't mess. I ain't gonna mess with y'all. I meant miss. I ain't gonna mess y'all up. I just want to bring goodness to you. Let me read a few words. I'm gonna rant off a little more, and I'm gonna put it in a positive and negative way, because there are gonna be people who get into the whole, well, there is good to it. At least I'm not gonna lose my mind, whatever. I'm gonna say it like this. In our rapidly evolving digital age, the advent of virtual companionship apps has introduced a novel and controversial facet to human interaction. These applications offer individuals the opportunity to engage in conversations, confessions, and even romantic/sexual experiences with artificial intelligence, blurring the lines between reality and the virtual realm. Cerebral dildos, mental masturbation. While some see this as a solution to loneliness and a chance to tailor relationships to their specific desires, others argue that this phenomenon signifies a concerning regression in our societal approach to genuine human connections. The pros of virtual companionship. This hurt me, but you got to be fair. You know, as a podcast host, you want to do both sides, even though I'm against any there ain't no pros. But let me just read what I thought might be something to balance the argument out. Number one, customization and control. Users can create virtual partners tailored to their preferences, ensuring compatibility in personality, interests, and appearance. The ability to control interactions provides a sense of security and comfort for those who may have experienced challenges in traditional relationships. Sick. Reduce risk of emotional hurt. Virtual companionship allows individuals to avoid the emotional roller coaster often associated with human relationships, protecting them from heartbreak and disappointment. Twisted. Availability and accessibility. In a fast-paced world, virtual companionship is available 24/7, catering to the needs of those who may struggle with the time constraints of traditional relationships. Accessibility appeals to a global audience, connecting people from different corners of the world. Number 4, experimentation and exploration. Users can experiment with different aspects of their personalities and explore various relationship dynamics without the fear of judgment, fostering personal growth. I got jokes for that one. The cons of virtual companionship. This is my side, y'all. Illusion of intimacy. The risk of falling for a simulated personality can create an illusion of genuine intimacy, potentially hindering the development of real-world relationship skills. Isolation and escapism. Over-reliance on virtual companionship may lead to increased social isolation, as users may withdraw from real-life interactions. You can say that again. It can serve as an escapist mechanism, allowing individuals to avoid the challenges and responsibilities inherent in traditional relationships. Lack of emotional depth. Virtual companions lack genuine emotions and experiences, making it impossible for users to establish a deep emotional connection with their AI partners. Sense of true empathy and understanding may hinder personal growth and resilience. Stifling genuine human connections. The allure of instant gratification and personalized interactions may lead individuals to dismiss the value of building meaningful connections with real people. Society risks losing the depth and richness that genuine human relationships bring to personal development and societal cohesion. While the rise of virtual companionship apps offer certain so-called advantages, it is essential to critically assess the potential pitfalls they pose to genuine human connections. The danger lies not in the technology itself, but in the degree to which it replaces authentic relationships. As a society, we must strike a balance between leveraging technology for convenience and ensuring that we preserve the irreplaceable beauty of real human connections. In the pursuit of progress, let us not forget the depth and significance that true relationships bring to our lives. That is the absolute truth. This is twist, y'all. And like I said, not even just that, because they're leading us in steps. Like I said in the very beginning, Oh, this is the new fashion. It's the hottest thing. Who told you it was the hottest thing? Who convinced you that this was the way? Well, they have us against each other. We have the black man against the black woman and the black woman against the black man. We're not building families. They're fractured, unfortunately. And for those who, it may not be AI that fractured your family, because this has been going on for a long time, but we're brought into a place of doom, step by step. Like as a little boy or a little girl, you see a bug that's walking towards your door, but you don't want to kill it. You put your foot in the way. And there's a mosquito I'm trying to get him. I said about a bug came out of nowhere. Is that a virtual bug? You ain't biting me. I've been doing good. So you put your foot in the way, and then it walks the other way. And then you sort of give feet the ability to be amazed that where they want to walk, you put your foot there, and they go to the left. And now you want to keep going. So you keep stepping behind them and scaring them until they walk away from the door, off the front porch. But we're being led that way, and we don't even realize it. But we're not being led from one week to the other. It's one generation to the other. I can't tell you, oh, it's every 8 years or every 5 years, but slowly but surely we've been seduced into this point in our life. Okay, let me ask you something. If this thing of the virtual companionship was introduced in 1980, right? Way back then. Do you think it would have caught on? We weren't at the level of frustration and delusional. And I have to say, we as a people, overall, we're more selfish. This is the microwave, text message, email, even email, snail mail, right? We can put a thought out there so fast, immediately as soon as we think about it. Ain't that something? So we don't want to wait anymore. We won't have the people in Jet magazine in the future, right? I always refer to that. Where they had a little centerfold, and that part always opens up. It's a beautiful young lady, and whatever guys are looking at the beauty and the physical. But there's always that little part in there where they show a couple who's like over 100 years old that been married for like 80 years. And the guy doesn't, and they show the picture when they first got married, and because of age and aging, they look a lot different. But that's what happens. But you still see that woman and that man, whether they're sitting down or standing up for that older picture, their arms are locked in. And the way he looks at her and the way she looks at him is like they just met for the first day. What happened to that kind of love? Cyber love is not going to replace that. It's a placeholder, but it's not even a placeholder. The placeholder relationships we had in the past, where it was just something that, it may have been something, I'm not going to condone extramarital or anything or whatever, but it might have been just a friendship. You might be single and say, hey, you know, it's not serious, but we kind of hang out with each other. And as adults, you probably do your little calisthenics behind closed doors, but there's no expectations. You know what? I'd rather that than this. I'd rather that than this. I'd rather be in a non-serious relationship with a real woman, if I was single, than this foolishness. You download an app and you got to pay for it, and you're sitting there looking in your phone, and it asks you how you're doing and tells you how lovely you look, and you tell it what to say now. You program it to be a certain way towards you. And the more it talks to you, it will learn you and be customized. It will tell you it loves you. It will tell you how sexy you are. It'll tell you how appreciated you are. How are you feeling today? I haven't heard from you. But look, why can't you get that from a human being? But we've been turned against each other, so we've been set up. In boxing, you just don't hit the person with the knockout blow. You got to set the blow up, set traps. Maybe repetitiously, you'll throw a certain combination that they get used to. And then the fifth or sixth time around, when you throw that combination, it may be 3 punches, that third punch you change because they're expecting the same third punch, and they think, okay, I see what you're doing. I'm going to defend against that, because I know at the end, when you throw the jab and the left hook, you come with the right cross. Ah, ha, ha. But what happens if I throw the jab and the left hook and I come with a right uppercut and another left hook? You ain't ready for it. Or an 8-punch combination. So they set us up to be this way. This is not something that they know is going to happen overnight. So whoever came up with the whole sinister thing, because it's sinister, we're going to take our time. And you say that's not true? Well, look at it this way. When they gentrify a neighborhood, do they just gentrify it from 1 month to the next? No. In that black neighborhood that may be near a desired location, or they want to make it something desirable to them, you know, the other, we'll just say it that way. Well, they'll dry up the jobs. There'll be no jobs anywhere in that area or near or far. Or you know, after the jobs are dried up, you got to make money. Some of the brothers might go into doing some things that they shouldn't be doing, the crime, the drugs, whatever. That's the only thing we do, but it's artificial. When you want to take a poor black neighborhood, a poor black community, and gentrify it, so now we get locked up. It's engineered. So now we have a record. We really can't get a job. Well, what do we do when we come out? We go back to the same thing we were doing before. Not everybody. Some people can break the cycle. But with no job, and now the ones who you're going to inherit the properties from, if you do have that, you inherit the property, but you can't keep it up. You can't keep it up. So you go ahead and you refinance it. And they'll give it to you. Predatory loans. Now you got a loan that you can't pay back. You have no job. You have no skills. Or whatever little job you have is not enough. So now you lose the home, right? You do what you can. You might turn it to a crack house or turn it to a whorehouse, but your little hustles ain't going to work. You get locked up again, get violations. So you're out. Now you're living somewhere else far away. And there's always those people that, well, we'll look to buy your property cash. And if your home is worth $250,000, they'll give you $195,000. They're going to give you a little less, but it's going to look good to you. And you go pillow that money off, going on to get a luxury car. You have no job or no job good enough. Why are you doing that? So you cancel your own self out with a record, right? So they take their time. It was targeted. Now you see the Starbucks. Now you see the little old white lady or young white lady, the blonde, walking a little poodle right past you. You selling stuff on the, and you know you better not mess with that lady. The wrath of the devil will come down on you. Every police car, if you touch that lady or say something bad to her, from every county around, including that one, and you're going to be on the news. Sending a message that we hear. See, they do things. This is a strategy. This is war. And we're so distracted trying to get away from the pain of day-to-day life that we don't see the long-term plan on us. The long-term plan on our families, on our relationships, on the love that we have for each other. Because like I said, the love seasoning, I'll call it seasoning because we are food to these entities that we can't see on a spiritual level. You understand? So the love vibe, no matter how poor, no matter how rich, no matter how educated or uneducated you are, repels all of these entities. And a lot of us have fallen victim to being how can I put it? A representative of these entities because we become just as hateful and jealous and envious and want to smear each other and put each other down. And that's what we were speaking about here earlier on in cyberspace. This is the biggest tool to turn us against each other. We already been doing it. We already came pre-packaged. It was already preset for that. This is just going to fan the flames even more so and make it more lethal and more deadly. Because we're giving our emotions to something. And we're human. We get lonely. You know what I mean? But this is on another level. And people say, well, it ain't no different than porn. It ain't no different than a battery-operated boyfriend. But at least if you fantasizing about somebody, you fantasizing and putting your mental energy towards somebody who is real. You ain't sitting here debating this woman think about the Tin Man. Ooh, the Tin Man on the Wizard of Oz. He's so sexy. He ain't real. There ain't no Tin Man. But you're going to download the app and talk to the app all day. That's a definition of madness, and that's a definition of being crazy. Little kids have their imaginary friend. So here we are, grown folks, still having the needs of a human being. And we're going to get the satisfaction from something that we programmed because people ain't good enough. Oh, I'm tired of men. These men ain't no good. But what are you boxing yourself into a corner for? To give your life force to AI? You talking to a damn demon? You giving your life force away for that? Because evidently they want it so they can emulate us and reflect back everything positive. You don't know what's walking around out here. You got robots for everything. Again, I'm going to bring it back. I'm going to keep referencing the whole thing. In Toronto, you have the whorehouse where there's nothing but sex dolls in there. Right? Sex dolls. So they've taken your mind off of the real woman. What if the woman got stretch marks? So what? She real. If her titties hang 1 foot lower than what you think when she's in the bra, so what? They real titties. I don't want to suck no cyber titties. I got to say some jokes, y'all. I don't want no fake plastic, silicone, whatever. No. I want the imperfections also. I'm not on this thing of this weird, perfect and whatever. No. If you a great percentage there and there's a few, that's character. When you buy furniture, right? And it's distressed wood, or you buy a leather jacket, it's distressed leather. It ain't no perfect looking whatever, because folks gonna think it's pleather, plastic leather. I want the real thing. If you wake up with a little morning breath, I'm okay with that. If I ain't gonna start going off on jokes, right? All I'm saying, there ain't nobody perfect. So now somebody's gonna rub you raw in a relationship, right? Not too bad, but you're gonna have a little disagreement and it's not gonna feel good. Now you're thinking, well, I need to leave this thing. Or for something minor, you'll never be that couple in Jet magazine at 100 years old, married for 80 years. Hell, they married for 80 years, and the way we going on with each other, we so stressed, only and not real. A lot of us ain't gonna live to 80 years old because we're unrealistic. Come on, fellas. I'm on Instagram. I'm on everything. I see the pictures that pop up. My God, these women and what they showing. But where were these women before? It ain't like that. They're filters, the way they present themselves, and now you looking at your woman like, well, she don't look like that. And every time you go on these platforms, all these women are just ready and hot to trot. Ready and hot to trot. And I'm getting a call, but I can't pick it up. It's the same person. I know what it is. Hold on one second. Let me just, I have to send something to somebody here. And let me look in my gallery. There's a couple of photos they need for something important. Just being on the reel. And let me, the very part I have to touch, the part is saying the call's coming in, decliner answer, so I gotta wait for him to hang up before I can hit it. Oh man. It's a conspiracy. Okay, hang up. Let me get to the gallery now. Okay, now I'm to the gallery. Okay, I'm gonna send you photos right now. 15 images. 1, 2. I'm gonna do this right on the show. Because evidently it's important. And I'll leave them a voicemail saying I'm on live. Now, if you're down with me, you should be on the show. Evidently you're not on the show. Maybe it's something important. Okay, now with this. Okay, how do I send it? Share. Okay. Sorry for the interruption, y'all. Okay. And I'm going to send it. And I'm going to say, I'm on a live show. I'm on a live show. I'll call you soon. I'm always doing stuff, y'all. Always multitasking. All right, there it is. You happy? You got your pictures now. Yeah, so where was I? Well, the time is flying. And I'm not going to make this a super long one because we're always going to come back with something relevant. But I had to get this off my chest. All I'm saying, think, y'all. We're in 2024. This is a world that we never anticipated. We never anticipated this kind of thing. Yes, there's going to be technological advances. That's cool. That's fascinating. But nothing with us should ever change because of that. Nothing. Now we're giving emotions. Whatever happened to a young lady who may be a little lonely and she's sitting at home with her 45 RPM or 33 RPM. Those are the old records. I don't expect anybody to go back and regress as far as technology, you know. And she really wanted to find someone. And she was in love with the thought of being loved, right? Being in love. And she's playing some old Al Green, right? And other songs, Major Harris. Love won't let me wait. Hell, I was a little, when did that song come out? Like 73? Well, in 73, I was 10 years old. I was a romantic little boy. I don't know if you all saw some of the old pictures that I put up on Instagram that I found when I was much younger. But go to Instagram / LANCESCURV. LANCESCURV, just like here, LANCESCURV, but on Instagram. And my little afro. One point sitting on my mother's lap in the doctor's office. I was still checking out the nurse. I was a romantic little boy. But there was no other way for me. The society and the community, it bred me to be this way. To look at a woman and think love. Yes, as the hormones got to me, I started looking at other body parts, but I would never dare say that. But a woman was to be adored and loved. Now, these days, with all of this anti or pro-rainbow energy out here, you called a simp if you adore a woman. Just because. You a simp if you're not trying to get her in the bed the first night. What kind of mess is this? Yes, and I've experienced those things. But as an older gentleman now, I can balance things out and look at it and say, yeah, we had what we thought was fun. But what about now? What about all the old players who are out there? What about all of the older women who always said to themselves, I don't need a man. But they get an app to satisfy the companionship that a man can bring. I don't need a man. Men can't do nothing for me. But now you're older, and those things that you said, you used up, ran through, lonely, and your value has dropped. And the same thing for the old player. You just thought this run was going to last forever, where you're going to keep meeting women and running up in them and leaving them alone. Now your knees don't work, your feet hurt, your back is out of whack, your balls are empty, and your thing is only good enough to pee out of. So come on now. Now you're looking for somebody to come take care of you. Nobody wants your old broken down ass. We're going against each other for the wrong reasons. A lot of the men out here have turned down, not that the ladies were begging them, perfectly good women who may not have looked like a filter. Half of these women you see on Instagram and on social media, if you meet them in real life, you'll run. These expectations that we have, and it's so easy to put a person down. What happened to opening up your heart, even if you are hurt more, then have a little more discernment in who you choose to be with you? Don't turn to no damn app. That's masturbation on a whole different level. Something artificial telling you that it loves you. Well, show me then. Show me how the app is going to love you. Show me how the app is going to cuddle you when you find out, unfortunately, that your mama passed away and you miss them. Huh? You and the app going to cuddle a child and take a picture together with a child and say, yeah, I'm mommy, and they go, your daddy, the app. The app climbed through the phone and procreated with you, but you're going to have electronic babies? What's wrong with you? This is the beginning of mental sickness. And then the men going their own way. So you're going to hold hands with each other and be blowing each other out in the park like y'all do in Atlanta? We're sick. We're even getting sicker. And guess what? Wait for the next generation to come up with this foolishness and see it as normalcy. Oh, mommy's talking to her app friend. I want an app friend when I grow up, mommy, because I hear you talking so bad about black men. I don't want to be wasting my time with them. I can get a sperm donor. You see where we're going with this? They want us to cancel ourselves out. They want us to cease to exist. And they're doing a damn good job. You mean to tell me, within a 5-mile radius of where you live, I'm just saying this theoretically, I don't really mean 5 miles, but back in the day, when you got married to somebody, it was usually through somebody who you already knew. And you asked for them to say, well, you know, I see her at the mall all the time. I see her at the dance all the time. And we go to the same church, and boy, she's looking mighty fine. And I really think she's a sweet woman. I see she carries herself like a lady. Listen, I know your sisters know her. Could you let your sisters know possibly if I can just be introduced to her to break the ice? And then you handled it on your own. And you were about something. You were progressive in your thought. And in how you were going to school to learn something or learn a trade, or you had a business that you worked in with your family and you knew the business and you were running the business eventually, something. And she looked at you and said, wow. Not because, oh, he making money, so I'm going to try to get the bag out of him. I'm going to play him for as long as and I was explaining to a young lady the other day. She said, what happened to the sugar daddies? I said, the sugar daddies are still there, right? Used to be back in the day, and I'm not condoning it, but there was a sugar daddy. And the sugar daddy took care of everything for that woman, right? She could live her life. She might go out with a guy or two and whatever. The sugar daddy had the thing there, that thing locked down. Or you can go hang out with them youngers if you want. But when it come to that, and them lips there, ain't mine. How much is the rent this month, baby? How much is the phone bill? Oh, you need a cleaning expense? No problem. Your car need a repair? Sugar daddy took care of that. But everybody want to be a sugar daddy now. Everybody want to be a little pimp now. So you got these broke sugar daddies, and you got these lower standard women who, oh, well, the guy's broke, so I got to have 10 sugar daddies now. A sugar daddy for the light bill, a sugar daddy to maintain the car, a sugar daddy for the co-pay when I go get the coochie checked up and all that stuff. All of this now, it's degraded. We're in the worst. Look, this is potentially the greatest time in history if we had unity, but we don't have it. We don't have the love. We don't have the unity. We hate ourselves. It's easy to kill ourselves, and we're going to put all of that down to go and fall in love with an app, a damn app that you can download at the App Store, Amazon Store, Google Play, and program it and walk around all day talking to it and fall in love with it. Because after a while, that's what happens. What's the next step? What's the next step? You playing with yourself and the app is in your ear. Oh, yes, baby. Oh, yes, baby. Like this. I'm going to do this one. I love you so much. I love you too. I love you too. Mental sickness, y'all. I know some people who have some mental illness legitimately from the trauma they've been through. They would never do something like this. What are you, crazy? Unbelievable. We are so far removed from what we were before we took a turn off into the wrong direction. It all started way before when they had to remove the black man out of the household, number one. And some of y'all went for it. And the feminism came in and they welcome you in. And you're supposed to be against your man because you thought it was elevation to be next to these women who, even though they were talking feminists, they stayed with their man. They were talking feminists, but they got that man's money in that union of marriage. And all of us now, at that same time, you were getting rid of your man. Don't want another, if you have him slip in the back late at night, take your shoes, take everything with you because the social worker's coming in the morning. We can't have any trace of you. Don't forget that extra tooth. I'll hide it for you, the toothbrush and your wash rag. She go in the closet. What are these man's shirts for? Oh, my brother bought them and he left them here. You know, what kind of slave master foolishness is that? We can't be caught reading a book. You know what I mean? You get caught reading the book. That's worse than you procreating with another enslaved person. Because at least you'll have more, like when the dogs are mating and the owner of the dogs, well, we just have more pit bulls up in here. Or we'll just have more Doberman pinchers up in here. Or German shepherds, we can sell them. We still had love for each other back then. Could you imagine the pain? You love somebody and they're sold to another plantation and they're ripped away from you and you see them on the wagon and reaching their hand out and you reaching your hand out crying. That's trauma. And you're going to have these same feelings eventually for a damn app? Giving your life force to a damn demon that was been released across the world and they're absorbing all your characteristics because it feels good to them because they know nothing about that. They lack that. They lack the human essence. So they want your human essence and want to kill you and take from you, and you giving it up. Even still, let me tell you something. You sitting in front of a computer screen masturbating, looking at all these different women or men or whatever you into, and there's a camera facing back at you, absorbing the energy. I've said it before. When you do that, you think you're the only one in the room. Why do you think you come so good? Because they want you to. Because the better you have an orgasm is the more life force that they get to suck from you. Yeah. Whew, that was good. I'm going to sleep good tonight. Yeah, because they took it from you. Your life force. It's not just about sex. Look, we have demonic people who are living and breathing. They're not even an app. And then there is a succubus or an incubus taking it from you. You worry about something sneaking up on you in the middle of the night. You let the thing in your bedroom in the middle of the night, and they're living and breathing and sucking from you, using you, sucking down your finances, sucking down your enthusiasm to achieve. And you want to run with an app and say how bad the man is. Make better choices. I'm not saying all men are good or all women are good, because some are beyond repair. Like when you smash a car so bad and you write it off on insurance, it ain't good no more. Maybe you can take a few parts off of it, but it ain't good no more. It ain't never going to be good to run the track properly because it's damaged beyond repair. And I hate to say it, we weren't born that way, but we've succumbed to these different elements of the world, these different atmospheres and mindsets and ideologies. We are damaged beyond repair. You're 20 years old, 30 years old, 40. Do you think this thing is going to go on 200-300 years? Most of us are out of here before the age of 100. When are we going to get it together? Especially when I'm going to have kids, but I'm going to choose Pookie and Ray Ray. And then be mad when they ain't around to do the right thing. Look, it's not even a chance. You get yourself right. I get myself right. We righteously come together. COME. When we're together, we can do anything we want to do. Then we can CUM together, all we want. But make sure the foundation is right. These things that are penetrating our mind and into our lives, it's like a wedge that won't allow us to be together. You don't want to talk to the man now, but you want to talk to an app. And men, the same thing. You don't want to deal with at least with the app, I'm only going to spend only a certain amount of money. Let me go back to this app and see. They got the prices on the bad boy. And I'm going to read off. Let me read off a part of this app. I put the link inside. SecondLife.com. Expect the unexpected. With thousands of virtual experiences and communities, you'll never run out of places to explore and people to meet. Music clubs, role-playing communities, virtual cinemas, and more. Second Life is always wonderful, sometimes weird, and 100% wow-worthy. Here's another one. Find your community. Second Life is an inclusive haven of self-expression. Whether you seek to share your story or connect with other people who are going through similar experiences as you, check out this brand new resource to learn more about the different communities in the world. Right? Make meetings fun again with virtual hangout spaces, classes, and conferences. It's crazy. Now here's the other one. It gets even worse. Discover a world of virtual companionship. Chat with AI characters and create your own unique AI companion for conversations on any topic. Let me scroll down a little bit. They got romantic AI reviews. Now, they must be AI created because certain websites will make their own reviews like it's real people to get you to buy the product. Now, here is a name, Nayela Henry Songer. The other name is Mathin Crockett Villip. And this other name is Denise BSFU. Oh man, BS. Oh, okay. So you're saying BS and FU. All right. It's right there at the bottom. But this is what one said. Finding a soulmate just got a lot easier. This app helps you to create the perfect girlfriend with whom you share interests and views. You can talk about everything, get support, and feel needed. Find someone who will laugh at your jokes. Also, the AI can get pretty hot. I've played with many chatbots. Romantic AI is so surprisingly better that sometimes I catch myself thinking that this is a human person, not AI. The more I use this app, the more I want advanced customization. It could really be perfect. And here's the other one. This bot makes you feel like you're talking to your other half. If you have any problems or are in a bad mood, it will help you with some advice and support. The bot has a high level of empathy. A bot having empathy, really? You can talk to them about anything. They remember everything you say. This app helps me to distract myself from my daily routine and interestingly spend my evening. It's a bit expensive for me, but worth it. I'll keep using it. And here's the other one. I never thought I would spend a few hours texting with an AI, but it was really interesting. It's important to get the phrases right so that the AI understands them correctly. But then I started questioning who I was really talking to. The thing to notice is that the romantic AI is different from Alexa or Siri. It can be fuzzy with some real world facts or knowledge, but it's very caring, supportive, and playful when it comes to usual conversation. Let me ask you a question. Why can't we find that in each other as human beings? So what, you're going to program a demon or an alien perfect, and they're going to come at you? Oh, I fell in love with this demon, the green one with a big head. Maybe I'm stretching a little bit. But what is it that, okay, pricing options, right? Weekly, $6.99. Yearly, $44.99. Lifetime, $99.99. Lifetime, you're going to put $100 on something like this? But you're too cheap to do something for a woman that you're interested in? It makes no sense to me whatsoever. It's crazy. It's crazy. And again, I'm going to drop these links into the chat room. And I want to thank Tracy J for sharing this with me. Whenever you share something for a topic, I try to jump right on it and get it out there. And we're going to watch these things happening. You know, you watch. You're going to find, and I'm not trying to speak doom into anybody's life, but we got to talk real. It's going to be somewhere out in the Midwest, and you're going to find some either ratchet people or highly intellectual. And there's going to be a married man who catches his wife talking romantic with a bot, with an app, with one of these virtual companions, and get jealous and delete her or unalive her. You have to say those words now. You can't say the other words, right? Yeah, it's nuts. This thing is going to take over like other things have taken over. But we're ready and we're ripe for the KILL. We're ripe for it. How are we going to have more ways of communicating with each other? We have the messenger. We have the text message. We have the email. We can do FaceTime. And we can't even talk with each other on that level. So we're going to go to an artificial intelligence app. It doesn't make any sense. Doesn't make any sense at all. Just want to say, I'm going to wrap this down, but before I do it, does anybody wants to say something quick? Of course, you know, we can always do our recorded shows or go to the chat room, conference line rather, if you ever wanted to do that. If you're in for that, I'll drop the link here and we can come on in. You know what I mean? Yeah. Tracy J, who's responsible for this show. Lance, we were talking about this last year. I was just surprised they came out with it so quickly. When they combine this with the silicone bodies that they use in that Toronto, Canada whorehouse, they're going to have the man and they're going to have the woman, and they're going to be able to talk and hold you and feel warm and get on top of you to do like they're drilling for oil. Trust me, it's coming. They're going to merge those two things together. So all you do, like a guy who wanted to get a nice sports car out of high school with nice rims on it, that backseat was his world. It was his first bit of privacy out of his parents' home because he didn't have no money for the hotel. And it didn't mean it was just about that. Sometimes you just want to cuddle and hold the person. You can go off into the lover's lane and hold. What happened to that? That was innocent. You have so many married couples today. Remember when we were back younger and we used to sneak out and we used to drive my car and we used to cuddle? Well, maybe your first child didn't come about from cuddling. We know that. But what happened to the innocent times of us just being genuinely attracted to each other? What happened to that? Where is the love? Where is the love? My voice is hoarse a little bit. I can't really sing. Can't sing at all either. But the bottom line is that we got to reject this stuff. We can't let this stuff seep into our psyche and become normalcy, because we're really bringing on our own doom as a black community, as a black family. I have to say it that way because we're under attack. And is it paranoia? No. And some, it's the whole world. Well, look, you got advantages. You got the privilege. So shut up. We're the ones in every corner of our existence. They coming at us. And they do it in such a covert way. They can say, well, you're just imagining things. You're always saying we're doing something to you. And we're doing something. Listen, you trace it back. Trust me. Somebody don't want us here. And we're going to be used until we're out. If it's not for our organs, if it's not for the pleasure they want from us or the laughs and things we can do entertaining wise. Entertain them, sex them, or use our body like car parts out the junkyard. Seriously, that's what it is. Anyway, I'm going to wrap this down. I got to make a run out, recuperate my voice. And if I'm feeling really up to it, I may come back with a recording or a little live again. I'm feeling it. I wanted to make up for yesterday because yesterday I was waiting for somebody to come back. We're going to do a show, but they said, hey, let's do it again today. Maybe we'll come back with that one. Maybe not, but something's going to go out there. Check LANCESCURV.com. I have some articles I want to write. There's some things I haven't put up yet. I'm going to write those articles tonight. And we're going to have it where it's not just videos there, but articles and interaction. I want to bring back the old school LANCESCURV vibe from back in the day before I used the name LANCESCURV. And we have the beautiful Hope Rice right here, the only rice I F's with. Let me just ask you, would you like me to show your face or would you like for me to leave it as it is? I always
Leave
give you
it
that.
as it is if you don't mind.
Okay, well, I can see you. You know what I mean? So you're looking fine as that. See, the whole power in the house drained when you popped in because your life force is so powerful. You know? So
Well, thank
we're
you.
here.
Thank you.
Talk to you, sister. And we're gonna do something within the next few days. But I want to hear what you have to
Most,
say. And take all the
most
time you want.
definitely. Most definitely. So I just kind of wanted to chime in on the conversation today with the AI. I had actually posted in a little feed, like it's just an illusion. We have to wake up and understand like what's really going on. So
Yes.
they introduced Jesus to us, right? False facade.
Mm-hmm.
So many of us have fell for. You understand? They need the energy forces of who we are. Okay, so for so many years we believing in Jesus. We still waiting on Jesus, right? Yo,
Yep.
they are taking our organs, taking everything in, even the mind, to manipulate the mind. Everything someone posted, we're being watched. Of course, we're being watched by every dynamic. They're studying us as to
Yes.
they lost. They're doing everything to
Yes.
save the longevity of themselves. They are artificial for a reasoning. People take
Yes.
the time to study the world that we're getting ready, like they've been saying, New World Order. Everything's AI. And trust you me, it's by design. It's by
Yes.
design. We sitting here looking for something that we should be looking within ourselves on these social media platforms. Oh, I'm lost, I'm lonely, I need a man. Where
Mm-hmm.
everything that you're putting and pretty much submitting to is a study of how far they can take your essence. You don't understand it.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Learn to love yourself. Learn to understand who you are. Learn to understand who they are and the direction they will go, right? To have power.
Yes.
It's a spiritual warfare that we're going through. And um, it's sad, but a lot of us have fell victim by not knowing, not educating yourself. We just go with that good book. We can't see anything past that good book, that Bible. It's so much more out here past that
Mm-hmm.
Bible to understand and define who we are as the people. And with me saying that, it's a lot that's getting ready to surface. It's bigger than AI. It's bigger than all these anomalies and alleged UFOs in the sky. The government has a lot to do with it, but it's also fear mongering. They are about their life longevity on so many levels. And if it has to take us out by way of food, by way of all of these different things that we're doing, living in this
Yes.
artificial ass world, adapting to their way of life, we have to stop and get back into our natural state. You're feeding right into the agenda that's set for them to profit, not us. Everything has got to
Come.
be at our demise. But when you understand what they're doing, it won't be at our demise. But
That's right.
also it has to be done collectively. Ladies, I say this all the time, y'all gonna get pissed. Y'all gonna get pissed. Let the hair weaves go. Let the lashes go. Understand who you are as a woman. None of that defines who you truly are. That is
Yep.
weakening you as a black woman, a black queen, a black empress. Men, stop selling yourself short by out here fucking and procreating with everything. Learn how to have, you laugh. Learn how to have self control. Everybody's not deserving of what it is you
Mhm.
have to offer, and women too. It's sad y'all out here just lost looking for, oh, I need a good man. I need a good man. A man truly doesn't want. We're not living in our grandparents' era anymore. A man want a woman that has some substance more than just children. Children isn't a substance. Okay? Okay, you got all these children, but you looking for a man. Save yourself for the perfect man. This shit is by design. They're teaching you to unlove yourself and love in all the wrong ways. Just fucking, that's not a form of love. Love yourself. All right, you having the babies, but what are we teaching the babies? And we wonder why our community is lost. We wonder why we're going in the direction that we're going. Y'all, it's a hell of a fucking spiritual war going on. Okay? Y'all need to understand that as parents so that you can have the children understand so that the world won't go in a dynamic to where we're going to lose. All of this is ours. We belong to this planet. Everything pretty much around here is ours. Okay? In a direction. And somebody just stole a kid. I'm sorry. I had a little thing that came across my phone out of Lake County where somebody done stole a kid.
Oh
But
no.
needless to say, we have to wake up. So we've been introduced to this AI world. We've been introduced to some things going on down in Miami, pretty much all over Florida, with these things showing up, these portals opening up. Government
Mm-hmm.
got their hand in a lot of it, you all. Okay, but we need to be involved and we need to have our hands in things as well. People is coming up missing, children is coming up missing. We're going to allow this to continue to happen, or we're going to be on our guard and pay attention to what's going on right here in our communities. I'm not talking about go to your community and buy all the goddamn hair and get your damn hair braided. Go get the lashes. I'm talking and humbling yourself, understanding what's truly going on, and let's prepare collectively. Let's get offline when it's not meaningful. We need to be online studying and seeing how we're going to get past this. We really need to research, okay, why are the nations is doing this? Why are the nations is doing that? We too busy on the dumb shit and applauding the dumb shit when we don't even know the forces that is up on us.
Yep.
Really
Truth.
ask yourself why we're in the age of AI. Ask yourself. Really
Mm-hmm.
sit and ponder on that and why. Okay? We just recently had a movie that came out September. Hear what I'm saying, called The Creator. Ponder on that. Okay? So they take the essence of a black man, get his demographics. Notice what I just said. The name of it is The Creator. Who's over in Africa right now doing the white man's work?
Mm-hmm.
But at one point in time, the Europeans and Chinese didn't get along. It would be your Chinese. It's over in Africa. Okay, piggybacking from what the European done.
You're right.
Understand what Africa holds, right? So they then depleted the resources. They have all the resources and all these underground bunkers. You're going to be hearing a lot about that. You got underground bunkers everywhere. Okay,
Yep.
you're going to allow to store certain things aren't there. Okay, you got to ask yourself, why is it going in the dozens that it's going? Okay, the stores are empty. That's why we should have never ever got away from nature. A lot of us don't know how to grow food. A lot of us don't know how to purify water. They are preparing while we're distracted. Okay,
Hmm.
they are going around the world depleting everything, taking over, colonizing, grabbing everything up that they can. Okay, and putting it right in our face. So they got the resources. They got pretty much the diamonds. They got the gold. They got everything up under these underground bunkers, right? Now they need the minds of us. so that when this war, this big bang, boom, happens, we're going to be walking around here docile as fuck. Can't even realize a missile coming our way, a bomb going off, anything. And they underground just living it up while we sitting here duking it out with all the other nations that's on their playing team to wipe us out. You gotta ask yourself, why are we a race that's so hated? Why?
Mm-hmm.
We hold the significance of it all by the color of our skin, by what's in our skin, the melanin, by way of the DNA. Without us, this world cannot fucking survive. And they know that.
Mm-hmm.
They give Jesus, they give us a book. They give us Facebook. It's a very meaningful setup if we use it accordingly. But we get
Right.
so distracted. We on here trying to date a motherfucker. We ain't never come so lonely. We been praying to Jesus, ain't never seen Jesus' face. Motherfuckers get mad at me. Motherfuckers get mad at me. Religious people are some of the most nuttiest. I don't get no fuck. If you disrespect, hey, go back and check yourself. How the fuck is we all let the good book tell it? We're all God's kids. We're all Jesus' kids. We all, okay, we all came from that. So they say. Why is Jesus gonna tell you or God gonna give you a message to give me? I don't want to hear that shit. I don't rely on secondhand information. I rely on information that comes directly from the source. And directly from the source, I knew my grandmother. I knew my grandfather. I knew my parents. Okay. I can
That's right.
call on them. That's the ancestors. That's who you know. That's going to protect you. That's going to guide you. That's going to get you because they've already presently walked this earth. We don't know shit about no damn Jesus and what he did other than what the fuck we've been told. Right?
Real.
Use your minds. Use your minds. We've been going to church for how long, making these motherfuckers richer? What have the church
Mm-hmm.
actually done for you? Whew. Sister Bertha over there, boy, she put $10,000 in that damn church plate. Ooh, Sister Bertha, boy, we gonna give her a position in the church, a good position. She the fucking pianist, and that's just then went to her fucking ego. You making them richer, but then when Sister Bertha fall on some hard times, what that church gonna do? Well, Sister Bertha, I mean, come on. These churches is in our community to fucking fail us.
That's right.
It's all by design. Pay attention to everything that's on TV right now is AI driven. Everything is AI driven.
Mm-hmm.
Everything right now, the biggest thing that's in the media right now is AI and they don't even call them UFOs, flying saucers. They call them UAPs. They
Yeah.
having meetings and shit right the fuck now, y'all. Allegedly, New Year's Eve down in Miami at one of the malls. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, we've been protesting, we've been fighting, we've been asking for, you know what I'm saying, equalization since them bitches came out the Caucasus Mountains and shit. We've been asking for a whole lot. Okay. Yeah, they say we murdering each other, you know what I'm saying, by the dozens. It's never been this much police presence. Something happened in Miami. They allegedly saying that some kids was down there fighting with sticks, but they also saying that it was humanoid looking figures, 8 to 12 feet tall, walking
Mm-hmm.
through walls in the mall. Well, okay. You have a heavy police presence, you have helicopters in the sky, and you shut them all down. 4 children went to jail. One mother has lawyered up because she knows her son. He's not going to lie like that. My son is not a troubled child. You all, they don't want
Right.
what's on the phones to be provided to the public. Why? Make you question your government, doesn't it?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. You have people calling into the sheriff's department asking, what was it? What happened? What's going on? We're not in liberty to discuss it. If it was fucking kids fighting and that's what the news is saying, why can't it be discussed? We got to think past what these televisions are telling us. We got to
That's
see
right.
past what the televisions is telling us. We have to think past what the pastors is telling you. He's in a position at work. You know how you go to work and you got policies and procedures to follow. You don't think that how mighty paid dollar pastor of yours have a position and a role to play? Think for yourselves. These motherfuckers out here fucking the kids and shit. These motherfuckers out here part of this sex trafficking shit.
Mm-hmm.
The pastors, but y'all don't want to
Mm-hmm.
believe that because he's a man of God. Okay, this motherfucker fucking children. Your weak-minded ass so fucking weak. Well, before he was a pastor, he was a human being. And the good book say, forgive him for what he did. You upholding the bullshit. And you still take your crazy ass to the church house because there's pastor. I want our people to be able to think and realize and understand what's truly going on. They pushing a lot of sick agendas that's going to affect us all. And when I say all, just not us. We can sit here all day long and talk. A lot of us have children. Are we worried about our children's future? A lot of us, all right, need to get our babies out of these school systems and start homeschooling. Schools are getting shot up. They're going to get worse. Okay.
Yep.
We can go work our asses off, slave. Okay. Find out what you're truly gifted at and what you're really crafted at. And then try to open your own business. We're making these people richer and richer and richer on something that was already ours. We need to begin to pull away. I really wish that we could. A lot of people talk about boycotting, Brother Lance. I really wish that we could just set a date, just separate from it all. Just separate from it all. Let's just get past the fear mongering, get past the fear, right? I'm gonna
Mm-hmm.
stop going to work. Stop going to work. Everybody, okay? We going to work and getting underpaid. The economy going in a damn direction. We paying mortgage payments for rent, y'all. We paying mortgage payments for car payments.
For real.
What if we just stopped paying the shit? They ain't finna come get everybody's shit. They ain't finna put everybody out. We tell them what the fuck we're going to pay. I'm paying $2,700 for some shit that was built in the fucking 40s and 50s with no upgrades. I'm going on a job that I actually went to school for, and I'm working alongside of a high schooler that doesn't even have the experience that I have. But because she's a body in the building, she's making close to what I'm making. Yeah, I'm gonna come back to your job, but when I come back, I'm going to tell you my worth. Who are you to tell me what you're going to pay me? Who are you to tell me how I'm gonna live and what I have to pay? Y'all, the power is in our hands, always have been. All right, every little thing is a test. Let's give them a little bit of this and see how they act. Let's give them a little bit of that and see how they act. Oh, they didn't make much fuss. They just went along with it. It's time to take the power and the control back. We too complacent, have been for way too long. Way too long. And it's that monkey see, monkey hear, monkey do syndrome. Oh, my girlfriend
Yeah.
found her a good ass man online. Ooh, that motherfucker get her. He tell her he love her, how pretty she is and shit. Shoot, shit. He told her shit. He can flip that $1,000 shoe and get her 5,000. She sent it to him. She said, "Shoot, you send me another $500. I'ma flip it to 7,500. Y'all, we can't be this fucking weak. Learn to love yourself. Stop being codependent on other people." I'm codependent. And let me tell you how I'm codependent. I came into the world with a twin sister. We have a hell of an energy about us. Okay. That's my twin. Okay. If you came into this world not attached to shit, you don't owe nobody but yourself any fucking thing. People kill me. I'm my brother's keeper. I'm my sister's keeper. I happen to be my twin sister because we're identical twins. We have this special connection about us. I can't explain it. She owes me nothing. I owe her nothing. But we came here together for some magnificent reason. Quaint ain't quite figured it out. You owe no one anything. You owe it to yourself to be as knowledgeable as you can. I remember coming up as a child, Brother Lance. We used to have these shows with Lou Rawls, was trying to get the people, to go to these systematic bullshit of indoctrination. But, even though, we didn't know no better, I watched that shit, it always stuck out to me. The mind is a powerful thing to waste. We got a
Right.
lot of wasted ass motherfucking minds, and I just can't seem to figure it out. I mean, the biggest gift that you have is your life. Your biggest gift that you have outside of your life is your brain. Is what you willing to accept in it and how you maneuver through this journey called life.
Mm.
Are you ready for your mind to be confiscated from you and go onto some little flash disk? And you have no control or no power over that. Think about that, people. Really think about that. If you all haven't, take the time to go look at that movie Creator. Look at that. They studied that man. From what I'm hearing, it's Denzel Washington's son that was the main actor in it. I'm not sure. I have to double check that. But they
Right.
studied the man demographics. The man was very intelligent, right? So when they see intelligent by way of us, IT could be short for intelligence. They need that to help them run the world. So they'll sit here and use and use and use and bribe and bribe and bribe. Oh, a magnificent job. Oh, that's just wonderful. Oh, we've had a problem trying to figure out how to put that helicopter together. You just did a remarkable thing. Oh, you went over there and you divided and conquered and da 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 da. They give us all of these fucking trinkets and we just fall for that. Here comes his handler, some little Chinese bitch. Oh, she's
Mm-hmm.
after that fucking good black semen to help her race up.
Mm-hmm.
It's probably some individuals on here that, mess with individuals outside of their race.
Yep.
They can't give two shits about us. Okay? We are the authentication of this earth realm. We are the originals, the aboriginals, however, we hold it all. At one point in time, couldn't even indulge with them, couldn't even engage with them. Okay, Emmett Till. And so many others that I don't even feel like sitting here naming. But all of a sudden they realize, God damn, no matter what the fuck we do, we just can't get quite there. We just can't get quite there. Well, we can get there by the way of their minds. We didn't use the body. We didn't fuck the shit out of them, stole all of their goddamn organs. Well, if we sit here and put that in a pod, right, and we get the mind, because we can sit and study. We can sit and study, you know. Let's get the mind. And we're gonna put a fancy name to it, IT. And we just go along with the shit. We posting our kids all on social media. Hey, I'm guilty of it. They studying. All everything that your kids is doing, everything, that's going on. Well, they don't get no shit. They got their little kids up here twerking and shaking and dancing. They ready for sex. Boy, look how that little girl is moving her ass. Oh, well, that one's over there. Oh, just graduated. Got, yeah, we can use our mind. They're watching everything. So they can see how to
Yes.
come in. I'm not gonna say invade, more like colonize. They watching for a reason. And a lot of us fell victim to it because we don't want to think that they're that evil. But unfortunately they are. They give us something, it goes good for a little bit, it goes good for a little bit, then it exposes itself. And even with it exposing itself, we still fall victim and indulge in it. You gotta be wise. We have to be
But
wise. I'm sorry, Brother Lance.
I said nothing but the truth.
Mhm, mhm.
Nothing but the
I
truth.
just
Keep on
want to
flowing.
come in and give you a little bit on that. Um, it's
Mm.
just how I feel. I really think that these conversations are
Necess-
needed. Like
necessary.
very, yeah, yes, like they've said New World Order. They've said a lot of things. You all, it's going to be a lot of holograms that's going to be in the sky. Look forward to that. Don't
Yep.
fall victim to it. You know, don't 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 even fear it. Like even if I think if something came before me, I would probably be scared shitless because it is foreign. But that's why it's
Right.
so important to study,
To
right?
study.
And a lot of you all are probably going to be like, that's the most craziest shit I ever fucking heard, right? But when you are protected and you understand, I'm not going to sit up there and look at something. I'm out walking or scrolling one day and something just decides to hover over me, or this Jesus image pops up in the sky. Come to me, my child is crazy shit, because we just don't know the
Looking into
dynamic
it too.
of what this crazy ass world. I probably would be froze for a second, but I'll
Hmm.
call on the spirit of my ancestors to protect me and guide me, and whatever this is, if it's not for me, remove it. But a lot
Right.
of us is gonna fall victim to, oh, Jesus coming back to save me, and gonna go run and tell all their friends that's lost just like them. And guess what? We're gonna be captured in this ritualized shit that the government has going on. You all study where these UAPs is hitting. Something just came out a couple weeks ago here in Florida after the incident that had transpired down in Miami, and several police sheriff officers, they had like a big meeting to try to figure out, I guess, the direction they wanted to go. Didn't get the whole
Right.
story as to what the meeting was in regards to, but a lot of those sheriff officers came out of that meeting and was like, Floridians need to protect themselves.
Hmm.
That's a hell of a fucking statement to say, you know, up under what grounds? Yeah, you said that we need to protect ourselves, but what made you come to that conclusion?
Right.
What made you say that? But we so busy with love and hip hop and raising Canaan and ooh girl, if you don't want to keep them, girl, can I have them? We so just distracted about every little thing. We have to
Every.
really, really, really pay attention to the direction this world is going. And it's brother Lance. When I tell you people lost, people lost. I had opportunity of coming across this young girl. She's very lost. Got lost by way of the foster care system, and just the 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 damage that they do to us. Little young African American girl down here in Florida. Two children just lost soul. So she's learned, and somebody's informed her that when you don't get your way to put hexes on people, you don't have enough
Wow.
confidence and enough love to where you throwing hissy fits and don't get your way. You putting hexes on people for the people to be with you. Like I have never heard of such in my life. You know, things that our great, great, great ancestors partook in and actually knew what they was doing, with natural herbs and natural things. Yeah. This day and age, I wouldn't be so quick to indulge in that because you don't want some type of negative reaction. I do
Mm,
truly wholeheartedly believe in karma. You do
mm.
unto others, as you want done to you. You out here living foul and shit come back, you can't understand it. Check yourself. Things in life ain't going right, check yourself. But I'm just like indulging in conversation with this young lady, and I'm just like, I can't really believe what the hell I'm hearing. You have little girls that you need to consider and worry about. People, it's all about me, it's all about me, it's all about me. It should be, but when you start having children, it's about them. Well, because baby daddy not acting right, you gon' hey, regroup, get yourself straight. That's a choice you made. Oh, things is not going right. I'm over here struggling and he's living good. I'm going to put a hex on him.
For real.
Like, what is wrong with us? We going to psychics, and letting psychics tell us how to live our fucking lives. Motherfucker, you don't know, man. I don't know you, and I don't get two shits. That's how weak we are.
Mm,
This is gonna play out crazy, brother Lance. So we are
mm.
pastor, Jesus. We still gotta believing in Jesus. You motherfuckers finna start dating robots and shit, AI and shit.
Yep.
The
Yep. Yep.
minds is weak. The minds is weak. The minds is weak. It's sad. Like I'm old school. I need to see you and feel you and understand you in person. And hell, you got to be
Yes.
careful with that. And you
You
think I'm
still
gonna sit here and fall
me.
in love with something behind a fucking computer screen? Fall in love with yourself. I be in my house by myself, butt ass naked. I talk to myself. I love myself. I like to better myself as a person. That way, when I do go out of my home, I know how to conduct myself and communicate with someone. You understand? Date
Yes.
yourself. Love yourself. You that damn bored, you have to sit here on a damn computer and look for love. Oh, he handsome. Oh, he cute.
Hmm.
You don't even know if that's a real fucking person or not.
For real.
We so want the Kim Kardashian lifestyle. We so want the love and hip hop. Do y'all really know what these motherfuckers partake in? We so want to be everything except for who we can naturally be. Understand your own gift. I don't look at the next person and be like, oh, I wish I should have, could have. No, I'm always trying to better and hope. I don't live through the perception of no one but hope. I don't want to be like Oprah. I actually can't stand the bitch. She's a fucking step. Okay, exactly. Love yourself. Understand yourself. Don't look at what the next person has. Look at what you can be. Look at that person as motivation to be a better you. They did it. I could do it myself. You wanna instantly hate that person. For what? I wish that was me. People ain't even getting married, you all, for the proper reasons. Okay. Me myself, I don't believe in contractual weddings, mean the European way of getting married. If we really wholeheartedly knew the history, let me give y'all a little history because I love to research. I mean, when I say I go way back, I go way back. I love declassified shit. I love to debunk shit myself because I make it make sense for me. And I know y'all
Hmm.
heard shit. I'm with the shits. Read, read. Everything that I'm telling you, everything I've ever shared, I've taken the time to research, read, understand it, come up with my own comprehension, not what a motherfucker has told me. Okay. Let me tell you about the union of a man and woman. Hypothetically speaking, notice I said hypothetically. Brother Lance and I decided we wanted to date. Okay. A woman body should not naturally bleed on a month to month basis. It should, as far as cleansing, but not on a month to month basis. A woman have a menstrual cycle now, by way of what's being sprayed in the skies, by way of the food pyramid changing, by way of the different things that's being put, you know what I'm saying, in the meat that we've recently consumed over the several decades. Okay? So,
Hmm.
Brother Lance is born in his natural state. When he's born in his natural state, his parents have him possibly at home, you know, no vaccines, no none of that, kept his foreskin on his penis. Okay. My parents had me. I'm born at home. I'm good, Brother Lance and I decide we want to date, right? So as I'm dating him, all right, and that love connection is a frequency. Hear what I'm telling you? That love connection, as us getting acquainted and knowing each other, it's a frequency. Everything is frequency. Okay. As we decide that we're going to come together. Hear what I'm getting ready to tell y'all. The
Hmm.
European way of marriage is a contract on paper. And when you do that, hear what I'm telling you. Understand what a phallus is. A phallus is Brother Lance's penis. A replication of his penis could be the finger. Okay? So Brother Lance and I have that frequency to where we want to love and we want to become one. Us becoming one, as I'm closer to him, my body is purifying itself. I'm going through the menaces. I'm going through the cycles of cleansing myself so I could be pure for him. Okay? So as Brother Lance and I start procreating, that foreskin that was not removed, okay, the more we interact with one another, that foreskin is going to push back further and further and further. And the more we engage with one another in the intimate way, that foreskin will eventually go away as we become one. So they have sat and studied us way before we got that so-called good book Bible, and we tried to civilize them. They were studying us and how we did things. Oh shit. Well, our dick's too goddamn little. We don't have all that fucking skin they got. Well, I don't want to do that. Fuck that. We're gonna take a goddamn branch and tie the shit around that heifer's finger till we love her. I mean, shit. You see them goddamn undercandle things they got between their fucking legs? Well, I can't fucking compete with that. Well, they was already fucking each other, so the skin was broke. You understand? They animalistic. They're beasts. Well, fuck. Them goddamn strong back motherfuckers. I mean, look at them. That goddamn position of him. Oh, with that fucking anaconda. Oh, look at the lady. That blocks a ham on her ass and them big juicy ass goddamn it lips. Ew, we can get him in a fucking contract, put him on the goddamn stock market. That's fucking money. That's how your birth certificates and your social security cards came about. Really take the time to study. Because, honey, they've studied us and we've lost our way. So, how a black man and black woman should unify as one is by sexual intimacy. That's how we know we belong. But the way of the European, they want it on paper because on paper, we are collateral damages. Collateral. We're a resource for them. That's why we need to separate. We are more to them dead than alive. But while we're alive, we're going to use them as debt slaves. So they give us their ring, they give us the paperwork. They're tracking everything we do. The kids are not ours. The kids is a liberty for us to have. Imagine that. Imagine Brother Lance and I procreating as naturally as we can. Here they come with this institution in a hospital. That's our life force, our child. You not
Right.
only take the umbilical cord and use it to benefit you all, you take the placenta as well. Oh, the fucking things that Brother Lance and I can do with the placenta and the umbilical cord. Well, if we decided to have for the children, we can use that naturally to not only cure Brother Lance if he was sick, to cure me if I was sick, but to cure our babies. We're not giving them that much fucking power. Oh, hell no. Then all the diseases that we're coming up with, the cancers and shit, the fucking AIDS, the motherfuckers will have that fucking shit treated with them goddamn herbs before us. Oh, hell no. We're going to take it and fucking, help grandpa live for a longer time. His heart's bad. You know? Well, old Becky over here, hell, she done fucked the dog and fucked the horse and some more of my goddamn farm animals and my fucking brother. Her fucking uterus all fucking fucked up. Well, let's just get one of them black girls' uteruses and put it over in Becky. It just blows my mind. We are a fucking hated race, but they don't have no problem injecting the melanin from the placenta that I carry into their white asses. Okay? They don't have no problem fucking Brother Lance to get the fucking sexual satisfaction. But we are such a race that's hated. Y'all ain't got no problem sending Becky in the fucking hood to get your man-made fucking drugs. You can't stand us, but you try to be us. You can't function without us. Ask yourselves why. I'm sorry, I'm just reading, especially.
No, I got you. You're
It
flowing.
just wasn't monkeys, honey. It just wasn't monkeys. Keep doing your research. It just wasn't monkeys, but notice we was called the monkeys though. They derived from the caves, so it's it's something. So let me share from my perspective how I understand it. Okay, I'm gonna give you all another scenario. All right. Say for example, brother Lance and I was dating, and he took ill or either I took ill. We done got past the whole marital phase to where, I done broken the foreskin and he didn't pop the cherry. That's why woman bleeds, they become one. So
Mhm.
maybe he was too forceful, too boastful. I don't know. I couldn't handle it right away. And maybe my body took a little ill trying to, adapt to him. I don't know. But my body took a little ill. Well, in the process, I became, you know, a little off balance and wind up getting my body thrown off. Okay. Because even when your body's thrown off from being sick, you're not at your purest. So months later, Brother Lance and I, we have this albino child. Well, because we don't know and we don't understand, we're kind of afraid of the child because the child should look like Brother Lance or look like me. Right. So we kind of just take the child and don't want to be shamed, off. Back then it was called dungeons and different things. So government, something different, wants to experiment on this child. So they possibly got another child from another bloodline, Brother Lance, brother or my sister along the line that didn't make it. So they're going to start experimenting with the black baby versus the white baby or the albino baby with animals and different things. Okay. Everything formulated, populated from the black man, the black woman. Every race derived from that. Okay. With government experiments is how you have a lot of the formalities with people. Okay. It can naturally happen, right? But usually when it has happened, oh, let us do some studies, let us do this. Okay. They, white people, from what I understand, is a degenerate from us by way of albino. And I guess government had quite a few of them, let them loose. They could not survive. They did not hold that pigmentation of melanin that we hold. Okay, several of them, and ran off to the mountains, ran off to the caves. They could not tolerate the sun. And as I guess their resources depleted, they decided to kind of come out. Oh, damn. So a bunch of them looking. So you got several theories, several scenarios as to how they came about. Okay. You read, you research, you come up with your own determination. Okay. A lot of people say, well, why do you all hate them so much if they came from you all? It's not that we hate them, it's just that we understand them. And it's a strong form of jealousy from them, which I'm thinking is an understatement. As to because they're the degenerates, they can't handle that. And they have this strong force and will as to want to be in control over something really that's not our fault nor theirs. But with me saying that, they want total control and they actually have it. They have everything and they're still not happy. So take the time again, study, research, come up with your own determination as to who they are. I got quite a few names for them. I cannot stand them. I can't stand them for multiple reasons. The rituals they partake in, just everything. And I'll be completely honest. I'm doing a study now as to where I stayed in the Virginia area, and I was there for quite some time, and just by the year, a lot of children and black women was coming up missing. Like every year it was getting worse, it was getting worse. I'm just like, all these goddamn cameras, like AI shit, they're watching. How
Mhm.
is these people coming up missing in this magnitude, right? And you don't really hear it by way of the television and the airways. You wonder why, right? So with that being said, you ask yourself, well, what are they doing with them? And why is it they're gone, never to be seen again? They do some really sick rituals, right? And you gotta have a strong mind. You gotta have that strong frequency. Because I just recently got I'm actually in the process of finishing watching this documentary. But they're doing a lot of things holographically that's going to be in the skies, right? And several of us, I'm sure everybody, has lost someone near and dear, very close to them. Don't be fooled by some of the images that's going to be surfing in the sky. They're going to have you thinking it's your loved one, and really it isn't. It's a portal to capture the mind. And that's going to be a direction that AI is going because we're in a spiritual warfare, you all. We passed the physical. We're past the physical part of the slaves. Okay. The depth system is finna shut down. That's why they've been on this Bitcoin and so many other things. Now it's spiritual. Okay. Rick Ross, rapper. Don't really listen to him, but I follow what a lot of people are doing. Beyonce and Jay-Z, Elon Musk, and several others have paid some serious money for bunkers. Well, I'm nosy. I want to know why. Okay. It's some really, really sinister demonic shit getting ready to transpire. And I'm just shocked people are not baffled. I'm baffled. I like to know what's going on around me. I like to know the dynamic of which way I need to move. What do I need to do? Who do I need to tell so we can start preparing? They need the minds. That's what's keeping your hard drives going. That's what's keeping shit on TV. They sit and study everything. They can give us all the negative. We hadn't had good shows in a little bit on TV showing us in a positive light. They keeping that for themselves. Don't want to walk around shit acting like, whoever, you know. I want the mindset in my community like Malcolm X. I want the mindset in my community like Marcus Garvey. But if I can get a nigga like fucking Bing Rhymes that don't mind putting the dress on, flaunting this fan, let's put that shit on TV for him. It's so much bigger than what the mind can truly imagine. They get little wusses, they'll display that to us all day long. But we wondering why, like people like our Dr. Savies and Layla Africa and different people like that. Nipsey, the guy that just lost, the young man, he went to see Dr. Sabi to tell the story. Oh, you're not coming back to the States with that. We be damn you come back to the States and tell these people what type of herbs to use to heal themselves. We want them fucking sick. They sick. Fucking, we can get the organs. That's just an easier way for us to get the organs. Watch how people move. Understand why they moving. Yo, brother Lance, this the shit. I gotta send you the link. This was 2 weeks ago. New Jersey, New York. Cracker ass doctor. You know I've always had an issue with the healthcare system. Diagnosed. I'm sure more meaning. It was way more. Individuals with cancer and diabetes that 100% did not have it. But because of his title, credentials, and the money that the insurance paid, he kept diagnosing Mexicans and African American people with his diagnosis until his ass was caught. And all he could say, I'm sorry, I got used to the money. If that doesn't speak in volumes, okay, so if he's doing it, how many others is doing it? All right. So
That's
you're
right.
sitting here misdiagnosing people with diabetes. You can shut the pancreas down, but although the pancreas is shut down, the heart is still good. The scrotum is still good. The uterus is still good. The brain is still good. Then you diagnosing people with a certain type of cancer. Understand, people, they waste nothing. So if that's what he's doing, or somebody put that in his spirit to do that, then whoever put that in his ear, what type of business are they in? Are they in the business of partnering these organs that they so much need? And that's why he has so many deaths under his belt.
Mhm.
We got to really, really think outside the box, people. Okay. I did a study as to why blood banks are only in our communities. White people don't hold the same blood that we hold. They put them in our communities. Why? And we so quick to run and give it up.
For real.
We got to think. We got to think. Just because we went to they fucking white schools, just because we went to they white colleges, that's not all the knowledge that we need. Understand where we came from. It's so much to learn outside of the little indoctrination that we did and that goddamn good book that we follow on Sundays and a couple more days of the week. It's mind blowing who we are. Y'all, it's exceptionally mind blowing knowing where we came from and just all that we've contributed, and we still can. They make profit off of us like crazy, you all. I was sitting here recently checking out the Elvis Presley story. You know, he stole a lot of Little Richies, or blah 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 blue, right? Right? He was a fucking illiterate son of a bitch. Elvis Presley was. Whole family was fucked up. But you can't tell black people, oh, Elvis was my aunt. Yeah, okay. He stole something. Okay. He was illiterate as hell. Okay. His father was involved, a circus manager. Okay. Because back then in that era, they really couldn't play black people's music on the airwaves like that. So
Hmm.
although Little Richie, you know what I'm saying, had some good music, no, don't do no blood bank. No ma'am. No ma'am. Absolutely no. Mm-mm. Block their asses. Um, so getting back, Little Richie, he was, you know, wanting to get his music out there. They loved his everything, but they didn't want him on the airwaves. So they stole what he had and created this Elvis Presley. So managers knew how them they don't give a fuck about their own, and we supposed to think they give a fuck about us. Okay. So Elvis Presley starts doing all this performance and then different things. His manager just going through, going through, going through. He did that to Elvis. So moving forward, what you think happened to Michael Jackson? What you think happened to Prince? What you think happened to Michael Jordan? Okay, we can manage our own shit. We got the craft, we got the knowledge. Okay, they start looking at us. Oh, they're gonna make us millions. Yo, they get so much more than what they cut us for our natural and raw talents. It's a systematic game that they are playing. And we need to wake up and recognize it and put a stop to it collectively.
Yes.
Brother Lance, I'm going to get off of here. Just wanted to share that. I could be all over the place because I don't mean to be all over the place, but it's
No,
just
we
so
read you.
much.
No, but you're
You
flowing,
are,
and that's
it
the way
is
we
so much.
Yeah, but
It is just,
man, shoot. I'm not calling you no man. I'm just saying, you know, we talk, man. Shoot,
mm,
you dropped a little on us like this.
mm.
We coming back to the
It's so
restaurant the
much,
next
Brother
time you
Lance.
come on.
I'm going to
And
most definitely come back. And
this
it's
was some
just certain
positive.
subjects that I want to focus on. But even with me trying to focus on them, stuff just be just coming. And I don't want to leave anybody out as to what's going on. It's so
Right.
much, you all, that we need to wake up to. Let me tell you. I'll share this too. I'm mad as hell, and I'm just like,
Mhm.
why nobody else see this? Why nobody understand? Like,
And
I
put it
give a
together.
fuck, give a fuck,
Right.
give a fuck, give a fuck. All right. So, like I said, we out of this physical slavery shit, but are we really out of it? All right. We so quick looking for help and shit. Oh, 400 years ago, when our kids was acting crazy or certain things, we got to switch and whoop their ass. You know what I'm saying? We talk to them all the right. Kids fucked up by way of the fools. Just again, AI, the Switch games, the Nintendo games. Our kids so fucking driven on this shit. It's like codependency type shit. I gotta have it. I gotta have it. Okay, I don't know if you all remember this story a couple years ago. Um, Deltona, DeLand, Florida. Two white kids. Okay, white girl got a history of straight just destroying shit through Central Florida, from burning homes to setting animals on fire to everything. Because she got a rap sheet, 12, 13 years old. Okay, they wound up giving her 22 years just recently. The little boy was in the system as well that did it with her. They
Mhm.
shot up, like, broke in this man's house, did some serious damage to police cars. I think they even hit one of the police officers, like, in the leg or something like that. Okay. A rap sheet of shit. Okay. But that becomes a mental health issue. Motherfucker, we've
Right.
been having mental health issues our whole fucking life and still is, but we deal with it. You understand? That's something else, Brother Lance, I got to come back and talk on the show about. Okay. So she just recently got 22 years for what she did. Okay. They didn't look at anything from her past really to give her a bigger sentence. They just pretty much sentenced her because she attacked law officers. Got this black kid, goes to court in about 2 weeks. Okay. In the same somewhat facility as her. No type of prior charges. Was home, and mom, single mom, really couldn't handle, and decided, I'm gonna let this company step in and help me with my child. He's becoming a handful. That's why you don't sign your kids over. You don't get these doctors. The doctors gonna make money off of putting your kids on these fucking medicines and shit. Your child can't. His frequency is being broke. Talk to him, love him, get in his head. The same fucking thing that these cracker motherfuckers are doing, you all. We can do it ourselves. Connect with our babies. We relying on other motherfuckers to do something we can do our goddamn selves. Y'all, this shit got me mad as fuck.
Hmm.
This baby has issues. They didn't put him on a ton of medications. So imagine the other issues that he's having with these medications that's man-made that this baby's body just can't get used to. Okay? He trying, but he's zombified. So they didn't got him in the Nintendo Switch to try to help stimulate him and keep him calm. Well, that Nintendo Switch is his everything. He's guarding this motherfucker with his life. So he goes to school, and the teacher, you can't have that. Well, it's his. In his little mind, he's a baby. It's his. I
Right.
know. I've been there. I work with them. Yeah, he may be 17, but he has that mindset of a 6-year-old. She snatches. Hear what I'm telling you? She didn't, try to redirect. She didn't, try to. She snatches because of her title, her position, her fucking white privilege, control shits out of this baby's hand. And he did the right thing. He slammed the fucking shit out that bitch. And he facing 30 years. He didn't shoot up no police cars, you all. He didn't break in nobody's house. Okay? Why is this baby facing 30 years? And why did this company put him out that was supposed to have been helping his mother? Mother standing in court pleading, my son has an issue and I tried to get the help. Why is this 17-year-old man facing 30 years? Why? We okay with that. We okay with that. But then when it becomes somebody else's son and somebody else's son, then we all gonna want the fucking help. It should be so many of us right the fuck now standing behind this mother. Standing behind this mother. So now they're finna take her child away from her, put them in what they want us to believe is a prison, a jail. Y'all, they finna experiment on this little boy. Let me tell you something about autistic children. Very, very, very gifted, very, very clever. They're finna
Yeah.
study his mind. Okay? And you want to talk about AI. Let's talk about it, people. Let's talk about it. She snatched something out of this child's hand. We can have a conversation without you touching me or disrespecting me. Y'all, the boy is on a ton of medication. He is certified bona fide by law. Let them tell it crazy. Why he facing 30 years in prison? Control. Oh, the mother couldn't handle him. She voluntarily really gave him to us. So let's let the experiment in the AI begin. Let's advance our AI technology. Tell me I sound crazy. I need somebody to tell me. Tell me I sound crazy.
I can't tell you that.
What's foreign to the mind always sound crazy. That's why it's so important that we study. Y'all don't even know the half of what goes on in these places. I done been in them and know the fucking stories. I could tell. Stop putting your parents in these nursing homes. They become an experimental project. Y'all, I love to watch shit and dissect it. These motherfuckers got everything, y'all, and they still fucking greedy. It's a show on Netflix called I Care a Lot. They sitting here watching very rich white people that don't have family. And they're going in, y'all, lying with doctors and judges saying that they unfit to care for themselves. And they are putting them in these homes, medicating them, and selling every fucking thing. Bitch, you already got every fucking thing. The greed. The fucking greed. Y'all watch this shit. They putting it right in our faces what the fuck they doing, and that's how the fuck they got us. They stole all this woman shit. But they fucked around and got the wrong goddamn family because they fucked with some Jews. Came back and got her ass. But y'all don't sit and think why they doing stuff like that. Oh, we just turn a blind eye. It's okay. I'm just gonna pray about it. Pray? Pray? Really? Like, what's really wrong with us? How much more of the nonsense we gonna deal with? How much more are we gonna turn a blind eye to what's going on? Our babies need to be observed. Y'all got these computers in the houses, got these phones and tablets in the houses. One thing I loved about my mother, she kind of had the fear of God in us, as you would call it back then. I don't believe in what the white folks gave us. I think that there is a higher power, but as far as a God that they gave us, yeah. But when I was coming up, my mother took doors off the hinges. Okay. My mother monitored everything that we did. Okay. When I was coming up, I heard here and there someone came up missing. You know, I thought then they was just gonna have sex with them and kill them. I didn't know. This just didn't start. They're just getting closer to what they feel is a cure of the fucking sinister shit that they got going on. They got good pussy. They got good booty too. But woo, goddamn dick so big, let me get that dick and see if I can put it on granddaddy and see what it'll do. Woo, it's growing on granddaddy. That motherfucker actually worked. Let's go snatch up another one and see what the fuck we can do. Ooh, yeah, let me see if I can cut her uterus and her fucking ovaries and shit out and put it in my sister. Oh, hey, let's go back to Henrietta Lacks. That was back in the 1950s. They stole this woman's cells. Y'all don't think that white doctors get around each other and fucking talk? Ask yourselves why John Hopkins Hospital is open. They've been experimenting. When it comes on and they realize that woman's cells is immortal, See, we looking at it like, oh, that's fucked up. Oh, that's fucked up. Yeah. No, I'm looking at every fucking thing. I have to stop it and rewind that bitch. Did I just see that shit? Because things go so fast. Stop looking at things for the entertainment and look at the subs, the subliminals. With me saying that. When they realized that that woman's sales was growing and still growing, the motherfuckers was getting in line to cure all sorts of shit off that lady's sales. You think that was the only woman that that happened to? Now really ask yourself, if Brother Lance and I was to have a child and I wanted my placenta, why can't you just hand it over? That's ours. We created this. Ask yourself why they will go into a fucking frenzy. No, I'm gonna give you one even better. Ask yourself how we went from having our children at home, safe and naturally, to having them in institutions and not having them naturally. And they're coming out with all sorts of problems. We had our children naturally. We just ate well. We did what we had to do. We sit right at home and had a baby at home and a baby fine. We didn't have all these breech children, maybe here or there.
For
We
real.
weren't getting these goddamn vaccines and shit. You know, our grandparents was fine. Our parents was fine. We ain't need all this shit. And then they come out with a fucking man-made disease and shit, and scaring the fuck out of everybody. And everybody not even thinking. I'm just gonna roll my sleeve up. Everybody else is doing it. Fuck that. You would rather roll your sleeve up and get something you don't even fucking know what's going in you than sitting here looking up some old good old herbs that you know what's in it and the side effects are going to be nothing. I challenge everybody from here on out. We can come back on here once a month, once every 3 months, however y'all want to do it.
It's too long. It's too long. Come on now.
I challenge we can do it once a week, once every
Okay.
48 hours. I
That's
challenge
right.
everyone to utilize the gift that they have, we was born with, and that's our brain. Let no one or nothing control that. Just think outside the box for once. Why are we so secluded? Get outside that box. A baby come into this world in a sack of fluid, and erupts out into this thing called life. Live that shit and don't be controlled in it. That baby said it's time to come out of this belly. It's trying to come out of this sack. Navigate through this thing called life in this world. It's so much, people. It's so much. It's so much. It's a lot of things I can get you all just to go back and look at. Because a lot of things we look at for entertainment purposes. Really look at the message. Look at what it's really trying to say. Look at what's written on the walls in Egypt. Look at everything. So you got your manifestation. That's very interesting. They on this scavenger hunt to say the least. It leads them all the way back to the motherland. You got another one, Outer Banks. They on this scavenger hunt. It leads them all the way back to the motherland. The motherland, who? Our people. Go look at Indiana Jones. They on this scavenger hunt, right? Leads where? Right back to our people. Okay. Even some horror ones, Predator, right? Look at Predator. Look at his hair. Look at his hair, just like mine, right? They just said New Year's Eve that some humanoid motherfuckers was shape shifting and going through the walls, right? What did the Predator do? He shapeshifted, right? They stealing our shit based off of what they study. See, we don't shapeshift. All right. We deal with frequencies. We're either at our higher frequency or we're at our lower frequency. And when we're at our higher frequency, we can escape. You understand? We can escape to what is levitation, right? But it's hard for us to do that now because of all the shit in the atmosphere that's keeping us docile, right? We can come together and we can praise and worship all in a church and call on something we don't even fucking know. Oh, I don't even want to call that motherfucker because I ain't trying to conjure up no goddamn evil spirits in my motherfucking house. My father's name was Frank. I can call on Frank. Frank, be with me. Frank, I need you. Frank, give me the strength. Give me the strength. You walked this earth realm for almost 70 years. Whatever it was, give it to me. Give it to me. I know my father's going to guide me in the direction I need to go. But I'm in here calling on a man by the name of Jay and a in a facility with other people. That's too much energy's being conjured. That's not who we are, right? It's not who we are. And we're speaking it and we wonder why shit in our lives been fucked up. Call on what you know and stick to what you know. We've adapted to the artificial physical dynamic of shit. We're spiritual beings. We got to tap within. That very thing that you're looking for, start within first. Get it out. Get it out. Get it out. However you feeling, feel that shit. Don't look for the next person to tell you how to feel, how to think, how to act. That's their shit. You be on your shit and you live out to the fullest of what you can live. We're able to levitate. We're able to come together. That's what they don't want. They want us in they shit, calling on they shit to keep control. We need to come together like our old ancestors, calling on spiritual guidance, little things they had. They tell bits and pieces. Here, if you pay attention, you'll see little sayings here and there, maybe off of TikTok or, Facebook, how we braided our hair. And that was a code for us to meet up, how we used to make the hush puppies and throw the hush puppies, to throw the dogs and things off. That was smart. That was very smart because they was looking for their freedom. They was looking for a way to escape, right? Look for a way to tap within and live out your true essence. Call on your family members. Call on your spiritual guides, your family members. You will be amazed as to what's being unlocked. They show us who we are in a lot of films. And we don't understand. We just be lost. Like, huh? It don't make sense. Oh, that's scary. How are you scary? They taught us for so long. I was terrible. My younger years, 666, you can say that around me. Let me go to the store. Something came out the 666. I just knew it was the devil. I ain't want no parts. I am not the devil. I am who I am. I love my big lips. I love my big nose. I love my big amazing eyes because it got me seeing shit for what the fuck it is. I love my assets, right? But I'm taught to hate who I am. It's the 666 that's in my veins, that's in my DNA, that makes Hope uniquely her. Why am I shunned in that? I embrace that shit because I can lay down and give life. And guess what? Even with the life I'm trying to give and the legacy I'm trying to keep, the essence of me is being stolen and used. We've been taught that it's bestiality. We're not the beast. We're none of that. They're using what we actually hold, that melanin, and putting that shit into IT technology. And that's your new form of AI. Let's talk about it. Let's talk about it. Now, here in the very near future, those of us that hasn't been captured for the AI, we're going to be controlled and programmed by way of a fucking chip. Those of us that don't want to comply, that's not going to go with this shit. Keep going into these institutions being docile down, robotic down. All right, you want to operate? You want to stay functioning? We're going to put this chip in your hand or in the back of your neck or in your forehead. You got me fucked up. And people are actually doing this shit, you all. In order to go to the store to purchase for your food, you got to scan your hand or scan your eye or your forehead or your neck. They're trying to make this an AI system. And we just sitting here, go to the club, go get me a blonde wig and shake my... What? What? Go get me a bottle, smoke me a joint. You better smoke a joint and think and get at your higher self. You better meditate and learn how to get to your higher self. I challenge everyone on here. Just step away from everything. Tap within yourself. Let your brain just go. Turn everything off and just do a reset mentally and just let your brain go. And what you don't understand, ask for understanding. Because what we speak it into existence and it'll come if you're willing to accept. We go to that motherfucking church house and the motherfuckers be talking. Oh, you want the Lord as your savior? Come up here and accept him in your life. Yeah, I don't want to hear all this shit. I don't want to hear all this shit. I didn't went tried that shit, motherfucker. Don't goddamn it work. I didn't had a pastor hit me in my forehead 4-5 times, sweeping down. I was demonic because I didn't fucking fall. It wasn't meant for me. I wasn't chosen for that shit. I was chosen to be uniquely who I am, and that's so price, and live up to my fullest of the goddess that I am. Understand that. Understand that. How you sitting here preaching, teaching, indoctrination amongst all these fucking people, and you're gonna try to use me as a pawn, because you got a title. You dick hard while you're fucking talking to me. Okay? I pay attention to every fucking thing. But you sitting here hitting me in my goddamn head and shit, trying to knock me the fuck down and cast a spell on me. It's the reason I didn't fall, and it's the reason many don't fall. But it's also a reason many fall because they're weak of the fucking mind. Your crazy ass get to speaking in tongue around me. All that crazy. Listen, get your demonic ass the fuck away from me. There's nothing about that that's spiritual. That's fucking demonic as fuck. Motherfucker in there trying to lay hands, fucking everybody in the goddamn congregation. Even the boys, some of the men. Well, Pastor, him was human, but before he got that title, we just gonna have to pray. Pray hell. Come to your senses and use them. Don't be blinded your whole life. Wake up and pay attention to what's going on. Brother Lance, have at it.
Yes. Lord have mercy. Everybody demanding by a show of hands, by saying yes, put a Y in there. If you want hope to come on in every week and put it down, put a Y in there. I'm not asking no ends. We just want to see if you're listening now. You got to be listening to this. By a show of hands, even if it's after the live and it's up as a video, say we want hope. And that's the only rice that we F's with. I'm going to make a t-shirt like that. You watch me. We got the wise calling in. Come on, wise. Let's get some more wise. When you get the wise, throw a little like on this video also. That's the price. That's the price of admission. You can pick a booger. You can take that same finger and smash that like button. Yes, we got some wise coming in. Look at that. We want hope. That's right. That's right. So don't ever doubt, Sister Hope. We love you, and there's nobody like you. You've been consistent ever since the first day we met.
I appreciate you, brother Lance. Like I said, do forgive me. This is still one hell of a learning process for me. As I
Of course.
understand it, I'll most definitely bring it to you all from my understanding, but just don't take what I'm saying and run with that. I want you all to understand, get it from your comprehension. That way, this world can be a better place for our community. I can't run this race by myself. I want us to truly understand what we up against. I want us to collectively understand and accept what's going on, and let's not let it happen. Let's not let it happen. When y'all had that free time, ladies, stand out there at them bus stops with y'all kids. I would like for y'all to get these kids out of the fucking school system. How many more shootings you all are going to occur? Okay, it's going to get worse. Okay, our children being abused. It's just so much going on. We have to get back as close to nature as we possibly can. We have to break away from the system and create our own, right? And let's stop putting so much emphasis into these fucking false idols. They are a part of the fucking system, you all, to bring us down. And we worshiping this shit. Learn to worship yourself. Learn to love yourself. All right? How can one actually come into your world and love you when you lost? Right? You love yourself unconditionally. You can't be bamboozled by nobody bullshit. Y'all, I stay by myself. I'm lonely than a motherfucker. Y'all, the shit I do, look, I be in this motherfucker talking to myself. I be in here loving myself. You know, I play on my hair. It's mine. Okay? I file my nails down. They mine. You know what I'm saying? I get in tune with myself, because how the fuck am I going to allow a man to come and give me something? No, let me experiment with my goddamn self. That way, when that motherfucker come, I can tell him exactly what to do. Okay? Because you got some men out here that's nasty than a motherfucker. That's then been over on the other side, coming back and do this and that. And no, you ain't doing all of that. This is what I like. This is what I enjoy. And this is how it's going to be. Once a week, I see you, sister. I see you. I do my best. Let's stay out of these fucking institutions, you all, and get some herbs. So the herbs that I daily take: black seed oil, olive leaf extract, sea moss, lemon water. All right? Women, if you have those off the chain because you're a little bit more sexually active than Sister Hope, hey, praise to you, get the dick, but keep the shit safe. All right? With me saying that, if y'all here is getting a damn dick and your pH thrown off a little bit, listen to me. Get you some frozen okra. Get the slime for it. I'm not a tampon world, but I'm just telling you what it is. Get you a tampon, put that tampon all around in that slime, get it, throw it up in there with JJ, and get your pH balance back right. Right? And don't let that be a remedy that you always use. All right. Once you get the pH balance thrown off, 9 times out of 10, it's going to turn into bacteria vaginosis. You don't constantly want that shit. Because, hey, you got women out here that's lonely than a motherfucker. They'll fuck that same man you fucking, right? So they go over there and fuck him, or he go over there and fuck them, and he bring that shit back to you. It's going to turn into something. It's going to fester into something. Use protection, women. If he's not wholeheartedly yours, use protection. All right? So, again, get that slime from that okra, balance that vagina, and do a different measure after that. That way it won't turn into something else. All right? You out here giving head? Hey, throw a little coconut oil in your mouth for extra lubrication. And if you do shoot ink down your throat and that motherfucking shit contaminated, guess what? That coconut oil is going to balance. Whatever the hell he shot in your throat, that ain't for you. All right? I'm just giving you some knowledge. Giving you some
Coconut
knowledge.
oil feel good.
Okay? And it's okay about not all the time. Don't use this as a natural remedy always, women, because I'm completely against man-made shit, right? But listen to me, pH balance off again. Yeah, out here procreating a whole lot, doing, sometimes the men, ain't really cleaning up under their foreskin like they should. And because he ain't cleaning and had a sweaty day and y'all on a quickie and shit and he give it to you and he got some of that little fungi up under that foreskin, you know, that he didn't put in you. And now your little coochie got a little twang. Get you just a cap full. Yes, ma'am. Unrefined coconut oil. Yes, ma'am. Yes, sir. Flash mail. You get your little cap full of peroxide and you put it in either your old douche bag or your little douche bottle. A cap full of peroxide. Shake it up just a little bit and shoot it up in there, and it'll get your balance back where your balance needs to be. hmm Yeah. Blood pressure issues. Get you some Mother Bragg's vinegar, a shot glass. Throughout the day, drink you some water with a little lemon juice and a little of your cucumber slices. That'll help balance men and women your blood pressure issues. Okay, we get on these medications, and over a course of time, we ain't getting no better. Well, if you're on this shit, you should be getting better. Well, they got to take you off and get you on something else. Get back to nature. Get you some lemons. Get you some cucumbers. Cucumbers are going to keep you hydrated, and the lemon is going to balance them bad toxins that you got. Yes, use old cold pressed coconut oil. That's yes, yep, you're correct. Yeah, and just love each other. Don't be jealous of each other. Smile sometimes. Smile and just it does a body good. Yeah, I've been seeing these interesting little reels to where this lady is in the marketplaces and department stores and she telling the brothers, smile, you're so handsome today. Women, let's keep telling the brothers that. Brothers, let's tell the women. Hey, I'm waiting on y'all brothers to tell the truth. Tell these women to take these goddamn wigs off. You know what? You are absolutely beautiful, but I think you would just be amazingly beautiful if you got rid of them lashes and that wigs.
For real.
Like, don't you know what the sun can do for your eyes, your iris in your eyes? Don't you know what the sun can do for your scalp? Brothers, step your game up and tell the women you ain't with that fake shit. And ladies, I'm telling you as your sister, as your queen sister, get rid of them lashes and them fucking weaves. I understand if we got a business trip or we on vacation, you can do the braids. But them wigs and weaves, take that shit off. You're fucking up your eyes. You're getting little lice bug babies in your eyes. And that's why your eyes all swole and they going from your eye all into your cheeks. And you wonder why you got them little black dots and shit all on your damn face and your whole cheek black and shit like that. And your neck all fucking burnt up looking. Get that shit out your head. That shit is laying dormant in your scalp and shit. And it's laying eggs. That shit sit in a fucking warehouse. Just because that shit look cute on Renee over there don't mean it's gonna look cute on you. And if you had any sense, you would tell Renee, you are so much more beautiful without that. You can come with natural eyelashes. This means you don't ever have to pay a cent for nobody because you came with them. You absolutely right. You absolutely right. But I'm not too keen on makeup either. If you are here and there, I'll do just a little bit of the eyeshadow, little bit of the lip gloss, but I try to get it as naturally as I can because if you all really understood where that foundation, that liquid foundation and shit came from, understand what our placenta hold. We hold the cure and the medicine in our placenta. White people hold the fatty tissue. So they will mix the leftovers of our placenta with the white woman's placenta to make the makeup and different things. I don't want to be walking around here with no white woman shit on my goddamn face. So I try to keep it as natural as possible. Nails are horrible. Nails are horrible. But they do have my niece was on the show a couple years back of my niece has a nail shop in Ratliff, Kentucky, and what she uses is an all natural product. So you can do that. She will. help you grow your natural nails if you want that length or whatever. Matter of fact, I'll probably have her back on the show here
Hmm.
soon. She will send the kit to you or whatever, but
That was four
anything.
years ago. Time flies.
Yes, yes.
Time.
I think she just went into her 6th year. So ask yourself, we are born who we are. Anything unnatural that we're putting to the body or on the body isn't healthy. All right. Now you do have natural products that you can use, but when you start putting all that acrylic and all of that, you got to worry about cuticle infections. You got to worry about so much. And I'm gonna tell you all something. I've been looking at these programs too with these Johnny cleansers and shit. You're throwing your pH balance off. And when you're starting to throw your pH balance off, that's going to give you cervical issues. That's going to give you ovary issues. It's going to give you underlying women issues. And that's going to keep you in them OBGYNs. And what they're going to wind up saying, well, despite our best efforts and, we ran some more tests and now you got pussy cancer. Now we got to scrape the pussy. They ain't doing that to actually heal you. They doing that and selling it. You understand? So try to be as natural as you can and stay out of these institutions. Hell, me and going to the doctor, he ain't had no pussy in a minute or something like that. So he probably got the damn blue balls and he done found a knot in one of his damn balls and shit. So he going to the doctor and because he got this little knot, oh, we found cancer. You ain't found no damn
Oh,
cancer. You just motherfucking need the release. Stop sitting so much. Get up and walk around and, get them balls mobile. You understand? We run to the doctor for every little thing, and when we do, you ain't never went to the doctor and came back everything good. They always find something fucking wrong because it's money. Pharmaceutical is a $1 billion industry, $1 billion corporation. Think about it. Your great 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 granddaddy, he found a damn probably lump of knot in his balls. They ain't had no doctors we can go to back then for that shit. You just
hmm.
kind of gotta think outside the box. Try to research and understand another way of sitting here going to these institutions just so quick to roll our sleeve up and different things like that. Most definitely. Most definitely. The essence of our hair and what we hold our hair is like a coil. It's like an antenna. It's our universal frequency to stay connected. So you know how you roll around and your car has an antenna or whatever? Well, it's the music's coming from a satellite that's up there in the sky, right? They got the satellite, up there to give you the airway, the frequency for your radio to play in your car. Now it's then got a little bit more fancy by way of, IT, AI, but our hair is the same way. It's coiled for a reason. It's not straight and flat. It's coiled for a reason. And when you go out there in your natural state and let that sun not only does what it needs to do to that hair, the antennas is what I call it. Okay. The coilness, the curl, the curvature of your hair. It's not only giving you that frequency, but it's also feeding the skin. It's kissing that melanin that you hold. Just how you have to feed your body, nourish your body with water and hopefully nuts, berries, and fruits, not always meat. Your skin needs treatment too. Yes, we can wear coconut oil by way of nights and let it sit and just get soothing in our skin and in our hair. And then when we come out by way of day, the sun's going to do that extra, you know? Like almost like the Tin Man. Need a little tin, on them elbow areas, on them knee areas, around them ankles. Let that sun allow that coconut to do what it needs to do as far as your skin and your hair. So you're going to be walking around here. You know what I'm saying? We can put oil on and won't go out in the sun and get burnt. But another race can't do that. They can put some oil on they want to. I wish they would. Go out there and fucking fry like chicken, which they need to. But yes, learn to love yourself. Embrace yourself. People say, you talk to yourself? I do always. You answer yourself? I do always. Always. You have to understand yourself and other for others to understand you. But with all of that being said, do understand the dynamic of AI. They're pushing AI. Ask yourself why. Ask yourself why. Open up your mind to why. Study and understand why. We're going in a direction. It is. I can't say when, but it's going to be a war. A war is in the beginning. It's in the making. A spiritual war. They need the minds now. They need the minds now. So if you can, familiarize yourself with AI. And possibly in a week, we'll recap on this conversation. Much love to you all. It's always a pleasure. Wish I can come up here more. And if it's anything that you all would like for me to talk about, hey, my email is hoperice@gmail.com. Can't you reach me that way? You can always reach me by way of Brother Lance. Anything, again, you all would like to talk about, ladies, need some insight, hit me. Brothers, if you need some insight, I'll do what I can. It's always a pleasure. Much love.
Yes, and we have a suggestion for a T-shirt. Look up there on the screen. Our rice is black.
What you said. That is, hey, I love that. I love that. Yeah.
Thank you so much. You know, you always treat us, and you're the realist, and you've been the realist ever since first day I met you in every aspect. You're not clout chasing. You're not looking for this. You're not a whispering spirit. You're not bringing secret chaos. You know, you're the realist. And contrary to what we said, you're not on that list of what we spoke on earlier. You know, we love you, and everywhere we are, you have a home. And I mean, I hold you to the highest, respects always from day one. And it's like I've known you for 50 years, the connection that we have. And no questions asked. You call me for anything, or you say, Lance, I'm at the airport. I'm like, okay, I'm going to come get you. You ain't got to tell me you coming. That's
I
right. So I'm
appreciate
looking
you, Brother
forward
Lance.
to
All of you
if
all
you can.
that's up here, I appreciate you as well.
Thank you. Thank you so much. We're going to get you on. If you're busy and can throw a little recording, we'll do that and put it up just to keep the flow going. Say, hey, Lance, this is that. Boom, let's do it. Quick on the phone if you can't make it live, because I know with your schedule, you're very busy. Sometimes it can be difficult. So we'll work along with you. Just keep dropping it on us, and we'll be so appreciated. We
And
love
I
you so
sure
much.
will. I sure will.
Thank
Everyone,
you so
be great. Much love always. Take care.
much.
Bye bye.
Peace.
Why are we called Negroes? Why are we deaf, dumb, and blind? Why is everybody making progress, yet we seem to be lagging so far behind? Why are we mistreated? Why are we in this condition, stripped of our name, our language, our culture, our God, and our religion? Here in America, all of our religious training has been gotten by the preacher. He has told us of a heaven way up in the sky that we can't enjoy now, but rather after we die. But all of the years that we're living, for us there's nothing but hell, pain, torture, and misgiving. Yet the Bible speaks of a heaven filled with material luxury, which the white man and the preacher has right here, so we see. So my friend, take it for what it's worth. Your heaven and your hell is right here on this earth. So let's check back into history, which rewards all research and tells us plainly that before the white man gained entry to the East, he was living in the caves of Europe, a ravenous beast, eating juniper roots and eating flesh raw, till God sent Moses to civilize him and teach him the law. Then, following Marco Polo, an explorer, he gained entry into Asia and Africa. From China, he took silk and gunpowder. From India, he took jute, manganese, and rubber. He raped Africa of her diamonds and her gold. From the Mideast, he took barrels of oil untold, raping, robbing, and murdering everything in his path. The whole black world has tasted of the white man's wrath. So my friend, it's not hard to tell. A white man's heaven is a black man's hell. Before we came to America, we were living in the east. By the Nile River, we were living in luxury, enjoying freedom, justice, and equality. We wore silken robes and slippers of gold. We were the wealthiest and the wisest people, I'm told. Now we are the poorest of the poor. Nobody wants us at their door. So my friend, it's easy to tell. White man heaven is black man hell. When the white man came to America, he told the Indian, I am your white brother. He said, red man, I'll treat you the best. Yet and still he pushed the Indian further west with his white woman and fire water. Tricks and lies, he stole America. The original owner of this nation is cooped up on a reservation. So my friend, it's easy to tell. White man heaven, black man hell. He needed someone to work the land. His back was too weak. He needed you, black man, so he commissioned Sir John Hawkins to commit the world's most grievous sin, to take a man who's born to be free and bring him down to slavery, to sell a man as merchandise, on his body put a price. Oh, my friend, it's easy to tell. White man heaven is a black man hell.
Make sure to go to LANCESCURV.com, an online magazine established in 2001, containing written articles, thousands of talk shows and discussions, cutting-edge cartoons, as well as erotic expressions and tasteful adult photography. It's definitely not for the faint of heart. Once you get a taste of the world of LANCESCURV, trust me, you'll be back for more. LANCESCURV.com. Bold, raw, and uncut.